Hello, friends. I'm going live. I'm early, but I'm here. I was trying to find my water. I grabbed one, but I don't know what I did with it. Hello, how you doing, guys? Oh, just a second. I have it on three. Just let me mute. Grab that. Let me mute it. It's on. Three different devices. Oh, see, it's popping up everywhere. How you guys doing? Hello, hello. Just a sec, let me put this back because Rich will be joining me shortly in case I can't keep up with all of you. Okay, let's start that again. Hello, how are you? It's Vicki here. Oh, telling you, hot mess express, but I'm here just making sure everything was set up. So good to see you. Hey, Carrie, Phaedra, Kristen, so many people. Heather, Kim, Glenda, Ellie. Hi, how are you doing? And Natalie D'Souza, my partner in crime. Yes, I put pretty on. I put lashes on and everything for you guys today. But I have like comfy pants on the bottom. So I'm going to keep it real. You know I'm going to. So how you guys all doing? How have the classes go? Did you have fun with Virginia? And what else has happened? I was there for Kathy Z. That was awesome. The kickoff, I caught some of it with the giveaways. But lots of excitement going on today. And I was going through my underwear drawer. Just saying. I was cleaning out my dresser because I've been doing some home, not renos, but freshening up around here. So I need to get rid of stuff. I don't know. Now that I'm an old lady, and I'm old now, I feel like I need to get rid of stuff. I just need to get rid of crap. So that happened down here because I cleaned my room. When I flip the camera, I'll just take a little walk around, right? Flipping back and forth. And Tim's creating, but just hang out with us. You can always go back, any of this, either hang out with us or hang out with Tim because both will be recorded, right? You can watch that later, but hello, Stacy and Carrie and Glenda and Kim. So happy to see you guys. My camera's a little wonk, but literally I'm just turning it on. We're just going live. Ooh, I just dropped my Barbie. Hello, NLC, how are you? So I'm just moving the cord. That's better. One of my robins. I see one of my robins. Yay! I just had to get that out there, right? Shake it off, get up, do a little Zumba, little salsa moving before we get started. I'm just going to wait for people to jump on, and then we're going to get started. And thank you. And Elsie will, because she doesn't like when I wear dark colors, so she will approve of my blouse and my earrings. I just ran upstairs to change them. I had a different pair on and went, I'm going to change my earrings. You did some jumping jacks. You need to. When you're sitting and crafting and creating for a long time, it's good to get up and move around. You logged in under your son's Facebook. I love it. Creeper gamer. Yeah, I think it's your secret... you're a secret gamer, right? You love it. Where did I get this? This was from J. Crew because I secretly shop there and spend too much money, but only when stuff's on sale. Although I did buy their new Christmas sweater because if you followed me, you know I love rainbows. Like I love rainbows, and one of my favorite things to do is to find clothing, scarves, earrings that have rainbows on it. And J. Crew has a beautiful rainbow Christmas sweater. Although, and Boutin. I ordered two. So, and maybe one from Anthropology too. But they're all completely different. One is like, Anthro is like soft hues, and it's just kind of a rainbow pattern around the neck. The Boutin one is really, really beautiful, and it's like, I think chevron-y cardigan. And then I did get one from J. Crew as well. And I think it's stripes, but it's crazy. I'll have to share that one day on one of my posts, how many rainbow-inspired pieces of clothing I have. It is my favorite thing. I love it. So anyway, how you guys doing? Y'all set? You ready? Who feels like all of my partners in crime stressed you out over my classes? you will not be stressed. You will not. Like, I'm going through this, and this is, if you've done one of my album classes before, this is a very, a smaller, more bite-sized version. Okay, so no stress at all. You're going to be shocked at how much we're going to get done in this. Okay, and I'm not giving my partners in crime a hard time. People freak out when it's the mixed media stuff because people are scared of what they don't know. And then this is what, like I was having a verbal, like mental conversation with you guys earlier that, like, you know, I will totally challenge you if you say you can't do the things. I'm like, yes, you can. You just take my hand and I'm going to show you can do all the things. So all of anything that you set out to do, really, if you just kind of put your mind to it. Well, maybe not tightrope walking. I don't think I could do that. But when it comes to crafting, I'll try all the things because I don't like to limit my experiences. If you've met me, I don't like to limit my experiences. And I don't like to not try new things. And here's the other thing that, and there's so many, like I could cry. I'm not going to cry today because then my lashes will fall off. But seeing so many of you guys, that a lot of you I've met in person, or you come to my Friday night lives and you hang out with me, or you buy my kits, or you do all those things. To see you here with me tonight today, it is just, with the time change, I feel like it's always tonight. Anybody else with me? But so happy to have you guys here. Hey, Shelly, how are you? And Colleen, your first Vicki Boutin class. Well, this will be a good one. You're going to love this. I love this album kit. So we aren't going to talk long because we have a lot to do. VBoo Crew. I love it. That's what we call ourselves on my message board. Or not, right? Facebook page, group page, is we're the VBoo Crew. And I love it. The VBoo Crew. And, but we say B-O-O, not B-O-U, because it sounds better. VBoo. VBoo. So let's get started. You ready? I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to go over what you need. I want you to have stuff. We're cutting all the paper together. I run this like a very well-oiled machine. Okay, so we will do all the paper cutting. That's why you need your paper clips. You need to put your pieces together. Hello, Lisa. How are you? I'm so excited. Lisa's done my classes before. We've been friends for a long time. So, so many. Chantal, I haven't seen you for a long time. Oh, so excited. Okay. Thank you. I do. I love this shirt. This is I just took the tag off. I've been saving it because it's like, it's pink for Catherine, but it's very Vicki with the flowers on it, right? Although anybody else with me, COVID is not doing so well for me and putting weight on. So the issue I have is that my chest just keeps growing and growing, and that doesn't need to happen. And then it's hard to get your tops on. So anyway, I'll share the food I'm snacking on. All that junk I told you I was going to eat, totally changed it and did a whole little charcuterie for after when I sit down and I'm working with you guys, that with berries and some meats and stuff. At least you're wearing a bra. Kristen, I always am. You need to keep the girls contained. I'm not comfortable without it on. Anyway, didn't know we were going to go there, did you? So let's flip it around. I'm going to go over the tools that you need. We're going to do paper cutting first. There's no assembly to start. So have your paper clips handy. And we do some warm-up pieces first. And then we'll get into putting the album together, and we'll see how we're doing timing-wise for how much gluing we're going to do, or if we're going to clip. But I usually like to get through it, just kind of organizing the pieces where they need to go. And then if we have time left, we'll go back to the beginning and start gluing some stuff. But my whole thing with doing this type of class is I don't like you to rush through with adhering things, because then you start gluing stuff upside down and you get stressed, and I don't want that to happen, because this is fun, right? This is when we're supposed to just have a good time doing the things. Here's my husband. He found my pineapple water and he got me an ice cap because he's awesome. Thank you, honey. So Rich is here. He's going to read comments once we get started. See? My pineapple water. If you have this store, Farm Boy around you, my Canadians, this pineapple water is delicious. and an ice crack. So I figured I needed that for today. Oh, Jen Backler's in the house. Hello, friends. So let's flip the camera. You know, a little Blair Witch for a second. Oh, my son is here too. Everybody just came to see us.
Do you think your friends want to hear a crazy story?
No.
Okay. Well, I have a crazy story to tell you.
Okay, tell me the crazy story later.
And I also got my shoes back.
Oh, good. Somebody stole Riley's shoes, so he got them back. So I don't know what the crazy story was, so I thought we best keep it. Because if you follow me, sometimes the crazy stories and what happens when you're in the V-Boo house can be full on. So I don't want to, if you have delicate sensitivity, I don't want to freak anybody out. So I'm very excited to have you here. I will chat throughout this whole thing. So I just feel like it would be G-rated. It's G-rated, but I don't know what the story is. So, you know, like with anything, I'd need to know the facts before I'm fixing my tripod. Ooh, don't drop anything. Before I would be sure if it's okay for public consumption. So it's like, tell me later, dude. Okay, let's flip the camera around. So I cleaned my room too today. I'm very proud of that. Do you guys want to see a little peek? So I'm flipping. I always am afraid. So look, you can see my floor. I cleaned the room for you guys today because I thought you'd sense if it was a real mess. And then there's just work in progress on that side. But yeah, my chair. They're down there. See all of the things. I cleaned it up for you guys. So that is just taking you. I feel like I need to share these things because everyone else was. So if I'm here, let's just look at. So I'll show you after if you want to see, but that's my sink. I needed one when we put this room together. That's my ice machine that I still haven't put together. But look, there's my light so you guys can see me. So, and now this is what we're going to do. Can't wait. Okay, putting the camera in and now get started. Get ready, friends. I'm going to put the pole up a little bit, okay? Sorry, I had adjusted it for something else, but I feel like we need more space. Let's make a quick adjustment. Sorry for the Blair Witch, you know. Let me figure out where my working space will be so I know. I think that looks good, guys, right? Everybody can see all of the things. I can see it on the screen. We're good to go. All right. Yay! New leaf dishes. Do you like these? So look, it's perfect for my paper clips. I have said that 3 times today. Paper clips. So I'm going to apologize right now because that's probably how today's going to go. Paper clips. You have to leave for your sister's birthday. Robin, you can't do that to me. So sound okay? Is everything okay, friends? You can see? The picture looks great. It's clear. Hey, Jess Forrester, how are you? Let's talk about where we're going here, all right? The tools that you will need. Are you ready? So you need punches. I have a corner rounder. I have a 1-inch punch and a 1.5-inch punch. I do use both of these in this class. I have my ruler. Okay, I have some scissors. I have a border punch. I like a very simple border punch. Just adds a little bit of interest or whatever you have. If you have deco scissors, that will work. Look at all the girls are here. Nicole's here, Angie's here. I love it. Your tape runner of whatever choice. I have not used this one, but I think it's the same one that I use all the time. It's brand new. Catherine sent it to me. So I just want to make sure. Yep, I'll be okay. I'll be able to do the things. You'll see in the instructions, I did say 1/8-inch double-sided tape. You need this if you're going to score like I am, a 1/4-inch scores. You want your tape to be slightly smaller than your flap scores. If you have a 1/2 inch, just be aware that you won't need to make adjustments as we go along because things won't fit in the pocket the same way. You'll have to score a little deeper on your flaps, but we'll talk about that there. Hello, Kathy. Kathy's here too. I think she's over there eating some poutine and celebrating that the election is finally finalized. What else do we need? Paper trimmer. That would be super handy to have. make sure when we start doing this, if you have your page open to the cutting diagram, will be super helpful. And some of you guys are awesome, and you were working a little ahead and you caught some of my errors. I am 100% human, and when I'm writing all of this stuff, sometimes I muck it up a little bit, like I'll put the wrong a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or whatever. We'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. None of it is going to be major. Just follow along, and remember, I'm your crafting Yoda. So I'll just direct you through. We'll be good. Let's take a quick peek at what we're doing. So this is the album. We're going to do the mixed media, which is super easy. It's bubble wrap, and I grabbed a couple different ink colors if you don't want to go with an orange in the background. So I think evergreen bough would look beautiful too, so you have that option. I am going, teach me you must. I will. Because the one I'm making, I'm going to actually gift to a very special friend. So when it's done, I'm going to do hers in evergreen bough because I think she is a little bit more subdued than I am. So I think something like that will be pretty for my friend whose initials are CT. And she's going to actually fill it with photos because her and Jack take beautiful photos. And I can't wait to see what she makes with this. So anyway, we'll do the cover last. We're going to cut all of the things. We have lots of interactive pieces when we get in this album. There's pockets. There are going to be flaps, and this is layered flap. So you will see that there's going to be multiple flaps. You have pockets that are pocket protectors, like in a page. We have little side pockets. So what you see here too, anything that has white on it is just showing you a photo mat placement. So when we do the live, if you have any questions, if you guys can't comment on here, when we do the live, you can just save your questions for me and I'll answer them there. Rich is also sitting across from me. So if he sees anything that I've missed, he'll let me know. But if you followed me for a while, I'm kind of a pro at doing the live things because it's really the only way I teach online. So I'm used to looking back and forth between what I'm working on and going over to the computer screen so I can look at your comments. And it's a good thing if I miss it because they might start floating through here, is just repeat it. So just repeat your comment because then we'll catch it. Okay? So say hi to everybody, Rich.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. That was very enthusiastic. So let's do the things. You ready? So clean up your space. You want to make sure that you have ample room. And the other thing I have, and let me tell you, when they sell them again, because I think they're coming back in stock, is We Are Memory Keepers has this project cart. You guys might have saw it at the last Creativation, where it's a gray cart with multiple levels. Let me tell you, if you have limited space, you need a project cart. I love it. It sits right beside me so I can put all my stuff on as I'm working and the trays come in and out. And I know that it did, it wasn't on the market for a little while because the frames were warped when they shipped from China, but I believe it's coming back. I love that thing. And I'll let you know if you guys follow me. If you are on Vicki Boutin Mixed Media group page, or you come to my lives, I'll let you know. I'll actually follow up on that this week with my salesperson to find when they are shipping again. And I don't want to disappoint anybody because you never know. Sometimes this stuff gets canceled, but I'm hoping not. So the line that we're using is my friend Jen Hadfield's The Avenue. And if you don't follow her already, her name is Tater Tot and Jello on Instagram. And really, you need to find her because her feed will just fill you with joy. She's always doing home decor and renos. Well, this whole line is very much inspired by where she lives in Utah and about home. So it doesn't matter what you guys are into, everyone's gonna love this album. I tried to pick something that would be great for everybody. So you're gonna grab your papers, you're gonna have them handy. The one thing you wanna remember is we keep all of the barcodes. So when we're done, we'll cut through the first paper and I'll show you what we do. Because especially if you're doing this and say you ordered one of my kits or you got one from Scrapbooking Cards today, you always keep your barcodes because it makes it easier to remember which paper was Fifth Avenue, because there's no hint on here. It's not like back in the day, like I always say when we use Kraft dinner paper, like we were very literal, Cheerios or Kraft dinner paper. There's no hints on here. So I always find if people don't scrapbook like I do, where I cut everything and then start working, a lot of kits you cut and you start building as you're cutting, you might lose, or it's hard to keep track of what paper's what, okay? All right, those are my little golden nuggets to get us started. I think Rich is commenting, isn't he?
My friend wants to talk to me.
So he's commenting as Vicki Boutin, so just keep that in mind. It's not me, because I don't have another set of arms. So let's get started. Clear your stuff off. Right now, all you need is your paper trimmer, maybe your ruler, scissors, and your cutting diagram, which I find are super helpful. If you learn like I do, I need to see it in a square, and that works a lot better for me than the written instructions. So if you are following along, because I often recommend having a pencil, and as you cut something, check it off or put a line through it on your instruction sheet so you don't try to cut it twice. Okay, let's go. This is weird to have somebody in the room with me, with my husband being here, because normally I am quite contentedly talking to myself. So it's weird to have like another warm body in the room. It's freaking me out a little bit today.
Nice that I'm only a warm body.
Oh, you're so much more than that, my love. So let's get started. So if you notice, this was one of the errors I made. Fifth Avenue, when you look on your instruction sheet, it says Fifth Avenue down here, but it's really First Avenue, this cutting diagram, okay? And it would make sense if you look at the info on there. So this got romantic. So let's take this paper first, and we're gonna cut the tags apart. So what you wanna do, this is a good warm-up, is go ahead and cut your barcode off, and then you're gonna cut the 3 strips of tags and then just start cutting your pieces apart. So, are you talking a lot, Natalie? You and your narcos. Weirdos.
Somebody's indicating the sound isn't quite as clear.
I will talk louder. It's because the phone is up here. And turn your volume up is what I'd say. Is anyone having any other issues with the sound? Vicki, your sound isn't quite as clear and vibrant as it is in the beginning. It's because I was standing in front of the phone in the beginning, and now I'm sitting underneath it. It's farther away from me. So I would recommend, because when I listen to the videos back, I don't find it's a huge difference.
Everyone's saying it sounds
But turn your volume up is what I'd recommend. See, the majority, it's not a problem, but I don't know why. It's the first time I noticed it, is the last time I did one of these, is I'd say just amp your volume up a little bit, okay? You have a slider on the bottom of your YouTube volume. Yes, that's super. See? Thank goodness that you're here helping me, Alice, because you're super smart, and she's done these before. So yes, slide it up on your YouTube. That's where it is. Now I understand why it wasn't great for some, and it is okay for others. Just slide it up on your YouTube. Yay! And make sure for Catherine as well that if you get a chance to thumbs up the video, because that helps with always on YouTube, is to just give that little thumbs up. I didn't cut really great on that one. Okay, so let's start. Just get in there. And if you guys already pre-cut, you're just gonna have to listen to me talk or go take the dog for a walk, because this is the first thing that we're gonna do is
Kristen's asking if are we cutting all the tags individually?
Yes. Okay, let's just go for it. So I'm gonna go in here, and this watch, it's not gonna take long. Just get it in there and just start cutting. I'm cutting all the pieces out. Let's just do the work, right? I just bought this new paper trimmer. And see, my husband's here. It's hard for me. I'm going to tell secrets in front of him. And I laughed because I went into Michael's and I said, wow, to the lady. That I never knew that paper trimmers were $300 because I ended up buying Christmas trees too. So see, Rich, you didn't hear that. So just go ahead and start cutting them apart. You don't have to, if you don't want to right now, trim the little tag parts at the top, but I want you to at least get all the tags cut out.
People are talking about instructions leave to not cut.
Pardon?
Tags 2 aren't cut apparently.
Remember what I just said, friends? That it's the wrong paper. This is First Avenue, not Fifth Avenue. So let's read it. I don't think I'm wrong. Cut apart the 3 rows of tags. So make this note right now that it's only on the cutting diagram. This is what I said right at the beginning, is I wrote the number first, fifth, peony. This one is for first. It's for the 3x4 tags. Okay? So just keep cutting. All these tags get cut out. If you look at the written instructions, it's correct. And anytime you do one of my classes, just reference between the 2 and usually your answer is there. Do you know what I mean? If it's something that looks wonky or you don't know what Vicki was up to when she was doing it, usually the answer is in the written instructions. So I'm on my last row of tags. How you guys doing? So just cut them out. How are we doing? Is the Fifth Avenue? It's Fifth Avenue for me. Yes. So this paper is called Fifth Avenue, and that's what we're cutting out. First Avenue was the one that you just look at them, friends. The answers are there, right? The other one is 3x4 tags. These are pocket cards, and these ones are tags. So don't overthink it. Remember, just do what I tell you. I'm your crafting Yoda for this class. And it's not because I'm bossy, because I'm really not. I just say, you don't have to do the thinking. I'm going to do it all for you today. So don't overthink this. And you might need to clip this in 2 because you don't want to get the little paper clip marks on your paper. So I'm going to clip it in 2. Are you laughing? Or just laughing at things?
Yes, Yoda. Best one so far.
Yeah. See? And it literally is, don't even overthink it, because that's when you guys get stressed out. Just do what I tell you, and we'll be fine. And even if I make a mistake, just do it, and we'll find a solution. We always do, right? So, once you get all those tags cut out, obviously after you'll have to take, like this one, I'll just show one, and clean it up, right? Where you just take your scissors and cut this out. It's hard when I have the overhead lights on. Sometimes the reflection, I can't see my scissor lines. But we're going to go through and do that. But don't do it right now, okay? Just stick it in there. Make sure now we clip this. It will be very easy to figure out what Fifth Avenue is if that's in your instructions, okay? And don't forget too, when you're reading some of the comments, if you guys came in later, you will be delayed. We won't be at the same point. So like Tanya just said, the volume is good here. With YouTube, depending when you start watching the video, you aren't actually watching it completely live. So if you refresh, you'll catch up. But that's a good thing. So if you need to go take a potty break, or one of the kids comes and they're bugging you, or your husband needs something, just pause and start the video at that point, right? It's out of focus. That will just be you, Kim. It's perfectly fine here. Any kind of issues like that is usually it's on your end and whatever your streaming is doing. But sometimes if you go out and come back in, it will clear your picture up, okay? So let's go with this one now. This is First Avenue. So see the picture. That's what I was saying. Change that. First Avenue is these instructions. So this is the one where we're going to keep 2 of them 4x6 instead of cutting them into 3x4. What are you doing? Oh, I hate when, see, he's not a good moderator because he's over there laughing. And then it makes me feel like I'm missing something, right? So go ahead now and cut these into 3 4x12-inch strips to start. Don't cut them apart yet. Just cut the 3 strips. So it'll be 2 cuts, right? Okay. So now when you get those cut apart, the first strip that has stay cozy, love lives here, less house, more home, enjoy today, we're going to cut apart. But let's do the things that we need that are a little different right now, right? So this strip that says, you bring me joy, from my home to yours, thank you, and love, love, doesn't even say that. You matter a lot to me. This piece right here is going to be a 6-inch piece. So just cut it in the middle, and that goes in your cut pile. Okay? So thank you, and you matter a lot to me, goes in your cut pile. We're going to cut that apart, so I'm going to put it in this pile. And the other one that is going to be a 6-inch piece is Be Our Guest, and you have my whole heart. So let's just cut that guy out too, and he goes in because this is awesome, and I didn't want to lose that. Okay? So this goes in your cut pile. I'll clip it right now, starting it with my barcode strip, UPC strip. Yay! Perfect. Now everything else gets cut into 3-inch pieces. So just keep trucking, friends. Everybody's good though. I know, because you don't get a lot of comments when everyone is just cutting away. So you'll notice this is just like a weird AC thing. They're not exactly 3x4s. Just cut the art apart. I don't know why they do that, but I think the die lots or something must have been off a little bit. And my cutting is off a little bit. So don't measure and cut, just cut the art, because they're not exactly going to be 3x4s. It's ish. I feel like I should be walking around holding her examples up. Yes, Meredith, but no, you have work to do. See, yeah, a lot of the ladies here, Rich, go to Crop and Crate, and some TA with me. So that's what she'd be doing right now, is helping someone who is struggling with their paper cutting, or when we start assembling, holding the sample so people can see what she's talking about. Okay, I'm done that one. How you guys doing? Let me know how the time is going, how my speed is. Good, I thought it was my cutting. It's not your cutting. It's wonky. Look at them. What? But it's fine how we use them, okay? All right, friends? Yay! Phew. Good to know when I was cutting them, it's not you, Glenda. It's the paper. Okay, so now we have 2 papers cut already. Look it. We're trucking. I'm going to have a little sip of my drink, and then I will, I'm totally going off the cutting diagram, okay? So I'm just going to use that. After we do the papers we have to cut apart. So my next one says honeycomb. Trim the barcode. Trim. So let's find it. So 6th Avenue, is it even in here? Did I put it in here? Or does it just have to be cut apart? No, let's do this one next. Okay, 6th Avenue. Everybody drink. Yes. That is hilarious, Jennifer. That is like the comment of the day, because I took a break. So then Jennifer said, okay, everybody take a drink. That's funny. That's some funny stuff happening right here. So again, I'm going to start with my barcode. Oh, and in case you missed it, it's 6th Avenue. So it's the 2 kind of 6x8 pages, and then the little strip, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut it apart. Okay. Love it. Script is my favorite. Oh, that was so good. I love it. A little levity, right? It's always a good thing when people, because I know some of you aren't admitting it, but why do I make people think that my classes are going to stress you out? I think anybody who's done it, maybe if it's your first one, but anyone who's done my classes for a while will know. In the beginning, yes, they kind of stress you out, because I was under the impression that I had to give more. Like, I didn't want you to feel like you were getting ripped off, so I would sometimes put too many ideas in one class, but now we're good. So now, I'm going to cut these 2 apart, okay? And they will just go in the cut pile. Even in my instructions, if I told you round corners or do anything, don't worry about it right now. When we get to that spot in the book, we'll do that. You're drinking strawberry cider. Yummy! Stress-free zone, you know it. So look, barcode, clip. So now, do you understand what I'm saying with the paper clips? Because I will tell you, being your Yoda, you know he's old, wrinkly, mini green thing, and some days that's what I feel like in my soul. But when I teach these classes where we have all these pieces, what I used to find is people's stuff would, you know who you are. You know how you craft. If you like to have a mess everywhere, really hard to keep up in a class when your stuff isn't organized. So by clipping it together means when we go to assemble and I tell you to pull some random tag out, you know right where to go immediately. Okay? Super, super helpful golden nugget tip. So now cut these ones apart. Yep. And just keep trucking. Is this boring for you, hun?
Now my friends are talking to me.
I love it. Thank you so much, people, for being friends with my husband. He likes it. He likes it. He came on the last cruise that I taught on. Rich came with me, and he loved hanging out with everybody. The only thing I would laugh at him and tease him, I'd be like, dude, you can't be up there watching the belly flop contest when I need help cleaning up. You gotta come down and help me. Vacation time is after the work gets done. Maybe you will get a promotion soon. Do you think, Rich?
No.
No. What do you call him? You're my bean counter. Ask for a raise. Nicole, you just be quiet over there. Then I'll have less money for us to go shopping with. Okay, so now let's grab the next paper is honeycomb. There's an old country western song, honeycomb, honeycomb. Do you guys know that song? Anybody grow up in a country western loving house? So cut your barcode off, and then now we're gonna get into where you have to let Yoda direct you, okay? This is now where I'm going to tell you how to cut your cuts, so you kind of want to watch what you're doing. So I'm not taking my paper out. Is it honeycomb? Did I just make that up, or is it not honeycomb? Won't you be my baby? Yeah, honeycomb. See, they know. So I'm trying to get the ruler arm out. There we go. So now you have your honeycomb paper in. The first cut we're going to cut is a 4-inch and 8-inch piece. So I'm going to cut out of the bottom of the page. So see how it is on my trimmer. I'm going to be slicing through the tops of my honeycombs. I'm going to cut an 8 by 12 inch piece. Okay? 8 by 12. So now I have an 8 by 12 and a 4 by 12. Measure twice, cut once. Okay? Is everyone okay with that? You have a 4 by 12 and an 8 by 12. So let's take our 4 by 12, turn it, and cut it into 2 6-inch pieces. I'm hoping this helps you when you read instructions, anytime you buy one of my kits or in one of my classes, that it's all in one sentence. So it would say, trim a 4 by 12 piece from the top of the page, comma, turn it, and cut 2 6 by 4 inch pieces. So there we go. There are our 2 4 by 6 inch pieces. And then out of the 8 by 12, we're going to turn it and cut 2 6 by 8 inch pieces. Right? Now here is a little tip I'm going to give you. When you put them, don't put all of them honeycomb facing. Put one of them with the other side showing. So if we're going to grab pieces of paper, we will know which paper has that honeycomb pattern. And then I'll take my barcode and I will clip it like this. And then we are very super organized and ready to go. I'm definitely buying more of your classes. This is a blast. I love it. I love it. So, and don't get discouraged, because if you go on vickyboutin.com right now, there's nothing there, because that's just how it works. When my kits go up, they sell out pretty fast, and I need a break. So there's really nothing going up on there other than some Vicki Boutin mixed media product and tools. So if you went right now, you wouldn't be able to find a kit. I think there's only one layout kit up there, okay? So don't get discouraged. Being the only person doing it. My other job, look at Richard. I love it. He's telling people things about himself.
My buddy Dana asked me, so I had to answer.
Yes. He's just all around super awesome. Okay?
And, what's it?
Nicole?
Yeah, Nicole, she's not giving me a raise.
She's not giving you a raise because we got to go shopping. Nicole and I like to. I have to get to the aisle first because we wear the same size, and she picks all the stuff before I get there. So I knock her down and trip her when we go into Winners, and I run to that rack first. Okay.
Natalie's giving me a raise though.
Okay, Natalie, whatever. Next paper here is Flower Drive. So it is the tiny black and white floral. I have to say I love this pattern because even though it's busy, because there's no color on it, it is a great neutral. So surprising, lots of pattern, but it's a great neutral. Other side of this is Buffalo Plaid. I love it. And then look at this strip of butterflies. I think it's awesome. So go ahead and cut your barcode off, and then we'll cut the pieces that we need. And that, don't all get lulled into this idea that this is super easy. Now we're going to get into where we're going to start doing some scoring and other things, okay? So once you cut your barcode off, you're going to turn it and cut out of it like this. So you're cutting out of the side of the page a 6-inch piece. Behave yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't do anything.
You're laughing really hard. You're teaching. I'm being very important here, hon. Okay, 2 6x12s. All right, friends? So let's find it in the book, because I think a visual will help you understand which side, when we score this, that we're folding on. But now, this is where I like to maximize paper. Like when Nicole was telling you she loves pattern paper, I also am a lover of pattern paper and a lover of the idea of getting the most out of a piece of paper rather than having to buy really expensive embellishments. So the whole idea, I would make these albums all day long. It is my favorite thing to create. I'd probably never do a scrapbook page again. I'd be quite content if I had to pick something. Like with Jess, is I do it all in pockets and like this, and put my mixed media in here, everything in this kind of thing. So see, this piece we're going to do here is going to end up being a pocket. I'm telling you, I love this collection. And I tell Jen, every time I talk to Jen Hadfield, I'm like, this is probably one of my favorite collections you've ever done. So it's going to be a pocket. So we're going to take the first strip, and we are going to score 5 inches out of the bottom, and it's going to fold up like that. So I'm going to take it, and I do everything on my paper trimmer, but you could totally use a scoreboard or measure it and just fold it. But I will take it, and I like to score into where I'm folding. Okay? So I took it, I put a score line on there, and now that will just get folded up. Line up your sides. Look at my cut isn't super straight, so I'll fix that. Right? Can't make a mistake. You can fix anything. So I will just clean up my cut here. Oops, and I just did it again. This is a new paper trimmer for me, so I'm struggling a little bit. I dropped my other one on the floor, and the arm broke right off of it. And Rich knows that because I just left it upstairs and told him, you need to throw this away, I broke it. Okay, just cleaning up my bits where the cuts aren't super clean. So now what I like to do anytime I do a pocket,
Oh, Robin has a question. That's pretty in-depth there.
I didn't get it straight against the ruler. Ugh. So to straighten it out, is it more? Yeah, just do it. It's fine. You can't make a mistake, Robin. Yours might be slightly different than mine, but it's okay. We can make adjustments anywhere. You cannot throw anything at me that we couldn't fix. Ask anyone who's done my classes, right? So yeah, just clean it up. Look, I did it too. I didn't cut it very straight. So now, anytime I'm doing pockets, I like to take my circle punch and I put it in slightly and just cut a little notch. Don't cut it too close to the side because that's where your glue's gonna go. But look, just a little notch, and it makes it pretty. And it also helps you when you go to adhere, that when you're doing pockets or anything, if there's a notch there, you know no adhesive goes there because that's where my opening is. So I will start and put this in here like this. What size punch? I use the 1.5 or 1 inch, doesn't matter. Whatever you have is fine. It does not have to be the same, but I use the 1.5. Can we use a 1.5? You sure can. whatever, doesn't matter. It's just a notch. Everybody is asking. So I think you guys will all have heard that now. So yes, go ahead. Sometimes I don't throw these away. They can be cute little things that I put under a title. So just do your thing. Oops, my earring got caught in my top. So now this one I love. Get ready for this. Jess Forrester will like this if she's still here, but she might have went away because she's got kids to contend with and stuff, right? So this is one of my favorite pages in the book. Right? Look it. It's a top flap in a pocket page. So that's what we're going to do right now is this piece here. What size? We're good. What is she asking you about gesso? You're saying it sounds good? Okay, I'm fixing my wonky cut. You don't have to do this. I'm just cleaning that up, okay? Just fixing my cut. So now you're going to take this, and here's my little trick. I'm going to use my border punch, and I'm going to create a scallop border along this edge. So look at when I put it in. Let's talk about border punch. So your cutting surface is just this little piece inside. Some of you will punch like this. Some of you punch so you can see the bottom. I like to put it in front of me so my punch, my borders are always straight. So I put it in front of me. I will put it in here, and this pattern here is just showing you where you line it up so you can cut a straight pattern. So I don't have to measure anything. I always start in the middle and punch out either side. So if you line it up, that means your scallop will finish perfectly on both ends. So I'm going to put this in my border punch, and I'm going to just make sure it's centered on the design, and then I punch the first one, I pull it out, and then make sure when you slide it back in that the last one is inside the cutting surface. So then I put it in there, I line it up with a pattern, it's straight along the top edge, and I punch. And then I get a nice straight border. And then I'll come out this side and do the same thing. Make sure this is in the cutting. Any questions, Hunter? Everybody's okay with this?
Oh, some smart girl told me that the trimmer's guaranteed for life, so I'm going to get it out of the garbage.
Yes. That's perfect. I should know that. I did used to work for Fiskars. So now look at, friends. My border is, and this might not bother you, but being a little bit of type A, I need it to finish perfectly on each end. So that is my little trick. Okay?
There's a question. Mandy, which size? And then Amber says 1 inch or 1.5 inch.
That's still, it's delayed.
Oh, she got that?
Yeah, that's the circle punch for the notch, right? So now, once you get that border punched, I punch it first, and then I can measure from there, okay? So I just determined what will fit in the pocket, and then flip over the top, clearing the top. So you're going to put this in here now, and you're going to score from the bottom of the page, so opposite the scalloped edge, 8 3/4. And ish is fine, okay? 8 3/4, score. And then what ends up happening, I don't even know if I'm in the well of my trimmer there. I don't think I am. See, new trimmer, I'm just doing weird things. Take that like this and fold it over. And then put it in your cut pile, because now that one's all ready to go.
Everybody likes the punch trick.
Well, you know, when I worked for Fiskars, back in the day when they were very big into, like, we didn't have die cut machines and all the rest, so punches were a thing. Although I'll tell you, you need to still, when you can find them, buy the punches. Not all of them, but I love circles in every size. I like corner rounders, stars, hearts. I like that I don't have to pull out my whole machine to do it. So I do recommend a couple of border punches. And I like a simple scallop. I know they're hard to find. That's why I added them to my store when they don't sell out. Because everybody's like, you tell me I need a border punch, but I can't find it. So, yay, you have a 3.5 inch circle. I have all of the sizes. It's the one thing I have, and I bought now, We Are Memory Keepers has a couple of layering punches, like 3 sizes you can get in one pack. They're awesome. Okay, so look at, we're trucking along, friend. You're doing so well. Next paper you need now is Vineyard Avenue. Vineyard Avenue. And it is this one with the green leaves and the tone-on-tone beige floral, right? You need those graduating punches. You just need to make a list for me, Natalie. You know I always take care of you. We're going to do the same thing. I tried to keep all of this very simple and straightforward so we could truck through it in the time that we're allotted. My album classes are normally 5-hour classes. So to just give you an idea, like what we're doing today times 100, right? So we're going to take this paper. I'm not taking it out of my trimmer. I'm just going to move it up and I'm going to cut an 8-inch piece. And that will give me an 8 by 12 and a 4 by 12. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing that we did before with the 4 by 12. Turn it and cut 2 6-inch pieces. Don't get ahead of yourself though. Look at that cutting diagram and there are score lines. It's not cut lines. So do not cut that paper in half from your 8-inch piece, okay? And you know what we do? We put one like this so that we can see what's on the other side. You were a Fisketeer, so was I. Well, I don't know if I was a Fisketeer. I was part of the like design team part. I don't know. They just used to be super generous. Remember, Rich, I'd get like coffin-sized boxes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was crazy. Like once they made a mistake and I ordered 3 pieces of paper, they'd ask us like, what do you need restocked? And they sent us 3 cases of the same paper. And then they're like, we don't want it back. It costs too much to ship. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all this craziness? So now you have this 8 by 12. And we are going to do a side flap. Let me show you. So when we cut that piece out.
Ooh, somebody likes your glasses.
Okay, see this one here? It's the little trickster. So I'm going to show you. We're going to cut, turn it like this, and cut a 3-inch piece off of it. Can I do that on this trimmer? 1, 2, 3. That's the 3-inch. See, new trimmer. I'm having trouble. So that will leave you with a 9-inch and a 3-inch piece. 3-inch piece goes in your cut pile. We're done with that. And now you have this little beauty that we're going to score and fold the flap. So I need you to turn it so you're scoring out of the 9-inch length. So make sure you confirm, right, with your ruler that that's the 8-inch side and this is the 9-inch side. So I'm going to put my 9-inch side into my trimmer. I'm not cutting, I'm scoring. So however you're doing that, and I'm going to score a 3-inch flap on the left-hand side of the piece. Okay. So then take that and fold it over. And I'm going to take my corner rounder and I'm going to round the top corner on the flap. Okay, that's it. Super easy, right? Are you just making stuff up? Because you... He thinks he's hilarious over there. He's like washi and gesso rock and he has no clue what they are. So that's like when he watches hockey and I used to make fun because he'd say deke and I'd be like, that is not a word. There's no such word as deke. And then I found out that there was, but it was a hockey term. So I'm done with those pieces, okay? You have the 2 4x6s and then the folded flap. Deke is a word. See, he even spelt it, but threw me off when we were first dating. He'd say, oh, he deked. I'm like, what is that? Is that a made-up word with you and your buddies? It's like, no, it's a real word. Okay, friends, we're on to 3rd Avenue. So it's the paper with the houses.
Natalie's getting off the rails. Natalie, off the rails.
So the house paper and then the wood grain. Oh, I love this paper line. So you're going to take it, you're going to cut your barcode off. And then we're going to have a little chat with a little golden nugget. So what's nice with this, with what we're doing today, is I used everything one collection. Normally I will mix and match collections, but I've only used the Avenue line in this album. So when I take something like this, you need to be aware when you go to cut this paper that we're going to cut everything vertically first so our houses aren't wonky when we go to put it in there, okay? So take your paper like this and turn it. You're going to cut out of the side of the page, right? Yes, Natalie, Lisa, we have had some fun in our lives. I went and taught at, Lisa used to do events in Saskatoon, and I went to a country western bar for the first time dancing with her. We had a lot of fun. Although I realized that two-stepping is not my thing. So now on the 3rd Avenue, we're going to cut 3 strips, all right? The first one is going to be a 5-inch by 12. So watch what I'm doing. When you cut that, that's how your houses should go. Okay, so cut that, a 5 by 12, and then 2 3.5-inch pieces. Okay, 3.5, you're just cutting that other piece in half. So a 5 by 12 and 2 3.5-inch pieces. Stack the 2 3.5 because we're cutting exactly the same thing out of them. So I'm going to stack them and do it in one cut. I'm going to put it in my trimmer now, so I'm cutting out of the 12-inch length, and I'm going to cut a 7.5-inch piece from the bottom of that strip, and that gives me my 2 7.5-inch pieces and 2 3.5 by 4.5-inch pieces. Okay, and I will take one of those like we do, flip it around, and clip it with my barcode. And you might even want to flip some of these so when you need to find it. Yay! You can't cut drunk. I love it, Patricia. So now you have your 5 by 12. You're going to cut it in half, 2 6 by 5-inch pieces. Two 6 by 5-inch pieces. What are you guys up to over there? Craziness going on? Okay. One of these round all 4 corners, and the other one just goes into your cut pile. Yes, hit that like button. And when you're done, friends, make sure you go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because now with Christmas coming, I'm going to have a lot of different things I'm working on. I bought a whole bunch of Tim Holtz stuff. I'm going to be doing some Tim Holtz Christmas crafts. I'll probably do a second Christmas album. So for sure, if you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed to the Vicki Boutin YouTube channel. So when we're done, we still can meet up and have our little secret meetings for crafting. Okay? All done, friends. Put it in your cut pile. Move on to the next page. So the next paper we're going to do is Acorn Avenue. And guess what? It has acorns all under it. Or all over it. Yay! Acorn Avenue. And then it's blue and green plaid. Okay? Gonna have another little sip. I try to share on my YouTube channel, but I do so many of the lives, but Kathy Z did teach me that if I can buy an app that I could stream live on YouTube and Instagram at the same time. So now that I've got this huge chunk of work done that I had to do, I'm going to set it up so when I do my lives, you can watch it on either platform. And I think it's great because some of you, YouTube might be clearer than Facebook. Some of you aren't on Facebook. So definitely we'll be checking that out. And make sure that you go and follow my artist page and join the Vicki Boutin Mixed Media Community Group page too. We have a lot of fun. It's a great community, okay? So grab your acorn paper and you can see there's a lot of consistency here. I'm going to cut the barcode off. And then I'm going to cut a 4 by 12 and 8 by 12. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move this up. Measure 8 inches off the bottom of the page and cut my 2 strips. Okay? 8 by 12 and a 4 by 12. Take your 4 by 12 and cut 2 4 by 6 mats, so 6 inches. Okay. You'll be with me next weekend too. Yes, when I'm done this, I'm writing the instructions for the storyteller class and the Christmas class after that, because I know a lot of you got your kits in the mail and you're like, where are the instructions? And I'm like one person doing all the things. So I'm all set up. When I showed you the little view, the mess on the other side of the table is everything ready for instruction writing. So I'm going to be hanging out with you guys all weekend and I'm going to write some instructions. So it's good. And I might do another little Facebook Live at some point today too, because I stiffed everybody yesterday because I'm here with the event, right? And then ladies were like, oh, I miss you. So I'll go do something later today.
Damn leaf blowers.
So see this 8 by 12? We're going to cut a 5-inch piece and a 7-inch piece. So I'll just measure for 5 inches. Okay. So I have a 5-inch piece and a 7-inch piece. So these are the from the 8 by 12 strip. So let's talk to you about what we're going to do with these, okay? So one of them is going to be an inner flap for the other page that we did. So we're going to take the smaller one and you are going to score on the acorn side, okay? It won't matter how this one goes, so don't be too, it's not critical where or what direction that you score it on, because it's not like words will be upside down or your art will be wonky, okay? So this is what I was talking about. I am scoring everything, all my flaps at a 1/4 inch, because I'm using 1/8 inch double-sided tape. If you are using 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch double, well, 1/2 inch is too big, don't use that. 1/4 inch double-sided tape, go in here and line it up with a 1/4 inch and move it in a bit, because you need to have your score line slightly larger than a 1/4 inch so your tape doesn't hang out the side. I'm using 1/8 inch, so my score lines for all my flaps are a 1/4 inch, because then the tape will easily fit in that, okay? So see, now that's scored. I'm not going to fold it or anything right now. It's ready to go. I can just put it in my cut pile. Is that okay, friends? Yes, you can't make a mistake. So if you cut and you should have scored, you grab your washi tape and you put a piece on one side and attach it, put a piece on the other side, trim it, and now what you thought was an accident is actually a decorative add-on in your album. You can't make a mistake, okay? Washi tape will fix it. Do not stress. I wouldn't even worry about it right now. Just put it in your cut pile for now, and we'll do it when we build. See on the bottom here, I try to put, what is that called when you do that, Rich? On a map. The legend. So see, the dotted lines are score, straight lines cut. So if you ever do one of my, Rich, so that's what washi is. It's the best thing ever. It's like crafter's duct tape. Red, green. Rich isn't laughing at my jokes. I was making a joke and you ignored me.
Your comments here.
He wasn't laughing at my funny. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure I'm on the right side now, right? So it is 7 inches by 8 inches. So we are folding along the 7-inch side, okay? But let me find it. This is going to be a side pocket. Let's see what color's on the outside. It's the first page in the book. We laughed. You laughed. Thank you, Jay Shell. So I'm going to take this, and I'm not scoring it. I'm just going to fold it. So just be careful that you don't break the fibers of the paper. But I'm just going to come in here now and fold this. So what is the height? Is 8 inches. The fold will be 3.5. I hope I did it right. We'll see. Did I do it right? Nope. Look at all that, and I ended up going and doing it wrong. So don't do what I just did, but I will fix it. Okay, so I said it, but I wasn't doing it. So it should be long and narrow. But look, you aren't going to wreck anything. You just get in there we're going to cover it anyway with other stuff. So watch. Now Vicky's doing it the right way. Now it's 3.5 by 8. Okay? And then just look, did you cut everything straight? You can clean up your bits. So I did not cut this side very straight, so I will just clear or clean that end up. So I just go in, right? Can't really make mistakes. We can fix all of the things. What are you laughing at? Yeah, a scrap opportunity. I love it. So I am going to punch a notch out of the top of that, right? So take your punch. When you're using one like this, I always press on the other side because it's pretty thick and I don't want to, your punching mechanism is down here. And if you force it, it will separate your punch and then the die doesn't line up. So that's all you want to do. Just do a little punch in there, right? And then we clip it and we move on to the next paper. Very good, very good. We're doing really well. See, this is, I talked so much at the beginning, so I feel like we'll get through these next papers pretty quickly and then we'll start doing our assembly, right? So the next paper now is Wildflower Way. It has the little flowers on it and my favorite, polka dots. So we are going to take this one, and there's some pretty funky cuts in this, so just follow along here. Trim your barcode off. I'm going to clean up my workspace a little here. Move these to the side. Put them on my tray. Remember, the best thing ever is this project tray. I love it. I was lucky enough to get one before they stopped sending them, and I love it. So it was a little wonky when I put it together, but it's okay. I just hammered it and made it work. I didn't cut that very straight, so clean that up. So now you're going to take this paper, and this is tricky. Your first cut is going to be a 9 by 12 and a 3 by 12. So I'm going to cut a 3 by 12 inch piece from the bottom of the page. Okay, so this is a 9 by 12 and a 3 by 12. Take your 3 by 12, turn it, and cut 2 3-inch squares. And that leaves you with a 6 by 3. Okay, so 2 3 by 3s and a 6 by 3. And I will clip that with my barcode. Okay. And now you're left now with this. So see, when you look at that, always look to see what pieces do I have to cut first before I can get the other stuff out of there. And that's why, so we did the 3 by 12 and now we have our 9 by 12. So you're going to take your 9-inch by 12 and turn it so you're cutting out of the 12-inch length. And you're going to cut a 7-inch and a 5-inch piece. So just measure 7 inches. And now that gives you a 7 by 9 and a 5 by 9. Set the 7 by 9 aside and take the smaller piece, and now you're going to cut out of the 9-inch length. So you're going to put that on there, and you're going to cut a 6-inch piece. Everybody still with me? Okay, a 6-inch piece.
Don't worry, I told him to pay attention.
Good job, hun. And then out of this little piece, you want a 1 3/4. So 1 3/4. If it's ish is fine. Okay. So this is going to give you 2 little strips. So take that 1 3/4, so the bigger of the 2, and just round 2 of the edges along the longest side. I tell you, I use every single piece of paper. Anyone who has done any of my classes, we use every single piece of paper. We use all the things. Oh no, I cut it wrong. What did you do, Deborah? We don't panic though. Just put it in your cut pile. I feel very confident that we can find a solution, or you have other paper, right? So don't panic. Where did you cut it wrong? When you get a chance to let me know. There's no tears in our tea or beer or whatever. cut the other direction. Don't panic right now, because you always, when we get to the piece where you know you need it, it might still work out, right? I use every single stinking piece, right? Can you restate the cutting? I sure can, Shelly. So look at, the first piece we did was a 3 by 12 and a 9 by 12. Out of the 3-inch strip, cut 2 3-inch pieces and a 6-inch, put them in your cut pile. You're left with a 9 by 12. You need to turn it to get the measurements. It's the only way it will work. You have to turn it so you're cutting out of the 12-inch length, and always just double check on your ruler bar that you're cutting out of the 12-inch side of the paper. Cut a 7-inch and a 5-inch piece. Set aside the 7 by 9-inch piece, and we are cutting out of the 5 by 9-inch piece. So you turn it so you're cutting out of the 9-inch length, and you cut a 6-inch piece, a 1 3/4 inch piece, and that leaves you with a 1 1/4. Okay? Right? We're good. So this is all we have left now, is we're going to score on that 7 by 9, which is what's right here. Okay, put my 5-inch piece in here. Are we okay? And don't panic, friends. Like I said, I feel very confident you have more paper at home. So even if you made any kind of little weird thing up, doesn't matter. You can fix all of the things. Put your own spin on it. I agree. You mixed up poppy and peony. So you did this already, Sharon? There's a lot of, I laugh because I had a lady who was messaging me back and forth. I don't know if you're out there, my little friend. But they started to panic as they're going through, and I'm not sure what to score or whatever. You can't make a mistake, right? You're fine. We'll find a solution. So this piece here is going to have a score line on it. Let's show you so you have a visual what it's going to be. What's the other side? The dots. Okay. What is that? Okay. Let's find it so you can see what we're going to make out of it. See, that's that little piece. I love this. There's, in this paper line, there's little cats and there's little dogs. I love it. And we don't even have pets because Rich has got super allergies. So I don't care. I still will scrapbook and put all of the icons in there. So look how pretty this is going to be. It's going to be a side flap. So take that piece, and we know we're scoring on the floral side. So you're going to be scoring out of measure, out of the 9-inch length. So put it in your trimmer. So it's 7 inches this way, 9 inches this way, and score a 3.5-inch line. You can't make mistakes. And anyone who's taken my classes before will know. So favorite things for me to teach are these albums, or making albums from scratch, or any kind of mini book. I freaking love, and mixed media. They're my two favoriteest things to do. And then I love, like, to me, it's a total party. It's a rager if we're putting them both together. This trimmer I'm having some trouble with. I keep cutting stuff crooked. So let's clean that up, because I am gifting this after all, and it's going to the boss lady. So I got to make sure I don't make mistakes in it. There we go. Okay. So here's my little scored piece. I'm going to round that top corner. I love my corner rounder. And if you're newer to paper crafting, you can get 2 different sizes of corner rounders. I think this is a 1/2 inch, and you can get a 1/4 inch. If you find the 1/4 inch, it's worth having, because sometimes when your paper's a little bit smaller, it's nice to have that smaller rounded corner. Here we go. There we go. In our cut pile. We're on to the next page. How are we doing? How you doing out there, Shelly? Everybody okay? Keep the little pieces if you want to use them later. Clean up your bits.
Someone doesn't have that paper.
You don't have that sheet of paper. It could happen. Don't forget, there was like, how many kits were kitted? So the plus is that you could do it out of cardstock. You could do it out of a polka dot. Just let Catherine know. You'll be okay. We'll be fine. But I'd say if you can, if you're at home, just go grab a paper, and you can cut those little pieces that you need, okay? Yes, the We Are Corner Rounder is really great with the 3 corners in one punch. Yes, that is awesome. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's keep trucking. I know we can do this, and then we'll have lots of time to build, and maybe we'll even get some pages together. Oh, hun, you know what I need when you get a chance? The charger for my computer. This one here, I'm going to have to plug that in. Boop, boop. Look behind you in that cupboard. Open the top drawers first, not the drawer. So we're going to do Poppy Place next. And this is super tricker. It's a tricker. No, that's not it. So follow along. This is the one that Sharon said that she had a little bit of an issue with it. Okay? I'm grabbing my drinks because I have like 3 of them here. Okay. Trim your barcode off. Ooh, no. Cupboard open first. And then open that drawer. Ooh. I don't know where it is. It has to be around here. I had it upstairs when I was doing stuff. Do you see it on your desk, on that side of your desk anywhere? Because I just had it. Okay, barcode off. I am having a hard time with this. That is not it, hun. It won't work on my laptop. That is for the iPad. So take that after the barcode is off, and now you're going to turn it, because we're cutting out of the side of the page. It matters on this paper, right? Because it's stripes. It's the same stripes, words. So if it helps, cut it on the stripe side so you know that you're cutting through all of the stripes, not down one color, okay? And you are going to cut a 4-inch strip. And that's it. Only do this so far. I did tricky things here with you. So cut a 4-inch. This is a tricky one, okay? There's a 4x12. And then before we do the next thing, see, I tricked you. I was making sure you were awake. You need this piece down there, right? So just be careful. I got to see where did we use that? What was I even thinking? Sometimes I look at stuff and go, what were you even thinking, Vicki? So let's find it in the book. Where is this? I want to see what side we need. Oh, look. See? So there's a reason. Look how pretty. I wasn't just doing it to drive you crazy. So set aside your 4x12, and then the place that we're going to cut the 1-inch piece is going to be from here. So look at your ends. So not this end. You want it from this end. You're going to cut a 1x8-inch piece. So I'll turn it. So see where it is in my trimmer? 1x8-inch piece. See? It doesn't matter. If you cut it at the other end, it doesn't matter. This is tricky. I was driving you crazy, but it's because as I'm making my projects, I will just be cutting my paper away and I draw it on a square. So as I make my class, I cut, and I probably, when I was building that page, went, ooh, I love that little piece there. So it's tricky. So now you're going to take this piece, and now it is, measure it. It is a 8x11. Okay, 8x11. You're going to cut out of the 11-inch length a 5-inch piece and a 3-inch piece. So I'm going to turn it like this, and I'm going to trim a 5-inch and a 3-inch. Okay, 5-inch and a 3-inch. Is everyone okay here? Do you need me to slow down and explain anything? I have the Works trimmer. I have all of the things. But I love my Fiskars trimmer. So I just stick with this one, right? So, are we good? Okay. So right now I have a 5x11 and a 3x11. So out of your 5x11, now you're going to cut out of the 11-inch piece. And I do weird stuff, but you can decide. I'm going to cut 2 pieces out of it, but I cut them out of different ends. You decide. I don't know if it matters, but let's see where I used it. It's probably because of the orange stripes. So I don't want to freak you guys out too much, but don't worry about it. Just cut the pieces. So I'm going to cut just like my diagram says. So I'm going to cut a 4-inch piece. 4-inch. Okay. So there's my 4-inch piece. And then a 5-inch piece, and I'm just going to follow what I did here. So a 5-inch piece, and that leaves you with this little piece, okay? And we're going to punch circles out of that. So right now I have a 4 by a 5 by 5 and a 4 by 5, okay? And they're going to go in your cut piles. You're out taking a break. Don't quit. We're almost done. Is this freaking you out? This is tricky. I don't want you to freak. It doesn't matter if you cut it exactly the same. Now we are going to punch circles out of this, 1-inch circles. And don't quit yet, because like I'm telling you, what ends up happening is this is the hardest part, and it's why we do it all together. And then what ends up happening is it's so much easier, right? You changed up your papers. It's all good, right? To match your house. So this one, the reason that I cut it the way it is because this is where we're using these circles. See this? So you just want to cut it so you have orange and white when you punch those out. So I want to have it so when I put my circle in there, I'm going to say, see how that lines up? I want it to be a little bit more orange than white. So just decide whatever side you want to do that on. And you need to punch 4 of those. So go right tight to the end. And if you come across anything, friends, that doesn't work out exactly like you had hoped it would, don't quit. You'll be fine. You're going to find that with my stuff, there's always method to the madness, but if you don't do it exactly the same, it's all fine. 1-inch circles, okay? It's 1 inches. 1-inch circle punch. I'm going to cut 4 of those, so I need to make sure I punch very tight. So you don't run out of space. There we go, okay? So it looks very pretty in the design. There's always method to the madness. You need 4 of those circles. You only have the 1.5. Then save it for later, because you see why it matters is it's on a 1.5-inch yellow circle. So I did put these in the center. So don't do it right now, or you won't have enough to do 1.5. Enough space there, okay? It's all good. I was right with you. Mr. Leaf Blower is throwing me off. Okay. Perfect, right? Perfect. I panic because if you've met me before, I want to make sure everybody's happy. So I'm very much a people pleaser. So then I panic because I don't want you. When I can't see you in front of me too, then I'm like worried, like, oh no, was it too much? So you take your break. I will be here, and then there's a plus, is you can watch this in replay as many times as you want. Don't panic, Kim. As long as you have 3 of them, we're good. We're good. All right? You know you can't make mistakes. So what do we have left? We have the 4 by 12. So measure that one. Let's cut out of that. The 4 by 12. Let's cut the 2 pieces we need out of this. And it's just going to be a 7-inch and a 5-inch piece. Okay, I want to make sure, is everybody with me? Right? 7-inch and 5-inch piece. I'm not going to round the corners right now until we use it, so I know how we're using it. Yes, that's it. Where was it? Okay, so I'm not going to round the corners like in the picture right now. I'm just going to put it in my cut pile. And then the last piece you have is this strip here. That is the 3 by 11. Okay?
Where do you want this to go? Okay.
Over here. Rich went and got my, you got to remember when you have all these, like I have lights on and everything else. And then just make sure it's on. Thank you. And in the side. Yay, Rich to the rescue. And then he was able to get himself a snick snack too. So we just need to cut out of this piece, okay? So I'm going to put it on there. And I'm not worrying about it too much. I keep thinking you are saying cut file. What am I saying, Nicole? When I say it, that I said cut pile. Yeah, put it in your cut pile. So now out of that 3x11, please trim a 4-inch and a 6-inch piece. Okay? So a 4-inch and a 6-inch piece. 4 and a 6-inch piece. And that leaves you with the little nubbin at the top, okay? Just keep all of those. And put it in your cut pile. Make sure you flip one so you know the floral's in that pile. And we're done that paper. I like to warm you up, right? Yeah, cut pile, not your, what did you think I was saying? Cut file? It's not a cut file. That's Nicole, that's your job, right? So are we okay with that one? Just let me know. I'm hoping everybody's good. Like I said, it seems like a lot, but I always say we do the math together and then the fun will happen. So don't give up on me. It is tricky. We have one more pattern paper to cut and then the cardstock. You need to go help that table with their cutting. I think everybody should be good if you're just following the direction, right?
That was hilarious.
What, that you need to go help that table with their cutting? Is that the hilarious part?
Mm-hmm.
I laugh because now Rich went and got a beer and some cheesies. So he is like, it's like you're watching like Narcos or something, eh, Rich?
Yeah.
He likes it. He knows. He likes hanging out with us. Okay, so look at this paper. We need to do this cut, and it's going to be 2 pieces, and then we're going to be cutting out of the strips. So don't look at that whole cut diagram. Literally just do what I tell you. We're at do what Vicki tells you point. So watch what I'm doing and cut the cut. You ready? His cheesies are on the other side. I'm not eating cheesies. Okay, so let's put this in our paper trimmer, and from the bottom of the page, please trim a 5x12. And then that will leave you with a 7x12, okay? 5x12, and then the 7x12, and I'll cut my barcode off. This paper trimmer is not cutting super straight. I've got to make sure. Maybe the arm isn't out fully. I don't know. Okay. So out of your, and just look at the 2, the smaller one, the 5x12, turn it and trim a 7-inch piece, and that will leave you with a 5-inch piece. So out of your 5x12, you will get a 7x5-inch piece and a 5x5, and they will go in my cut pile. Now you want cheesies. I love it. And they are, well, it's the mix. You know, the one with the pretzels and the ringolos, and that's his favorite. He can eat his cheesy finger stuff over there because he's not going to, I'm going to tell you, he's not going to put the album together with us. He's eating his cheesies and his beer. Okay, so what do we have left, friends? We have this 7x12-inch piece with lots of pieces we're going to get out of it, okay? 7x12. You're going to turn it. See what's going to happen here? So get ready for it, okay? The first thing you're going to do is cut a 2 1/4 by 7-inch piece. What are cheesies? What do you call them? Let me see your bowl. Is there any left?
What?
Can I see your bowl of snacks? This what he's eating.
You gotta move it.
These are cheesies. Somebody at the door?
No, Riley's yelling.
Oh, Riley's gaming upstairs, and he's like 2 floors up, and I could hear somebody hammering. And is that what you call them? Cheetos. Is that a Canadian thing? I didn't even know.
No.
What? Calling them cheesies is what I'm saying. Ding dong. No, he says to me. Okay, this is important. Stop bugging me. I gotta help the peoples. So out of this piece, the first piece I need you to cut is a 2 1/4 by 7. Okay, 2 1/4 by 7. Take this and set it aside because I want to explain this next piece. So you got your 2 1/4 by 7. This is tricky, friends, so just watch what I'm doing. 2 1/4 by 7. Now take your paper and turn it so you're cutting out of the longer side. So it is a did I not cut that right? Let me see. Oh, so don't do what I just did. I gotta fix that. I just cut it 2 1/2. So ignore that just happened. I'll fix it. But that is a 2 1/4 by 7. And now this is 9 3/4. You're going to cut out of the 7-inch height. So you are going to cut 2 3 1/2 by 9 3/4 inch pieces. So this is a tricky bit, okay? All right, friends? One stays exactly as it is. And then the other one we're going to cut some pieces out of. We need out of one of the 3 1/4 or 3 1/2 by 9 3/4, you need 2 mats. So turn it and cut a 4 3/4 inch piece twice. You need 2 of them, okay?
Somebody needs to hear that again.
It's going to be hard. I'm going to go in and repeat, but I have no clue which part you need repeated. So mine is perfect because I cut that wrong, okay? So look at the cutting diagram. This is the piece that we're on. Out of this paper, we cut a 5 by 12 and a 7 by 12.
Yeah, you gotta go back. Everyone's lost.
Hun, I'm doing it. That's not helpful. So out of your peony place, this is the hardest paper we're going to cut today, okay? Does everyone have their 5 by 12 and their 7 by 12? Out of the 5 by 12, make sure you cut a 7 and a 5-inch piece. So in your stack, you should have a 5 by 5 and a 7 by 5. Put those in your cut pile, you're fine. Out of the 7 by 12, you need to turn it and cut out of the 12-inch length. You need to cut a 2 1/4 by 7-inch piece. 2 1/4 by 7-inch piece. Out of that 2 1/4 by 7, we haven't done it yet. We just set it aside, right? Just set that piece aside. Set it aside. We haven't done that yet. The 2 1/4 by 7 I haven't cut. So once you get it cut, set it aside. That's why literally watch as I'm cutting for any time you're doing this with me and cut as I go. And if it's too fast, just say, hey, way too fast. Remember, that was the correction for peony place paper. No, I don't know. Because I'm just cutting off my cutting diagram. Oh, it was 2 1/2. So it was right. Okay, I see what you're saying. It just, my math was wrong. Perfect, thank you. It's 2 1/4. So this is right. The cutting diagram is always right. Okay, so don't worry about that. So when you get your 9 3/4 by 7-inch piece, you need to cut the 7-inch in half. So you're going to cut 2 3 1/2 by 9 3/4 strips. Is everyone okay with that? Don't look at the two things. Just look at my cutting diagram. And actually just do what I'm telling you. Does everyone have a 9 3/4 by 7-inch piece? Cut that into 2 3 1/2 by 9 3/4 inch pieces. How's everybody doing? All good? A lot of these are mats and things, people, so you will be fine, okay? So now I'm right here with you guys. The only other thing I did is cut these two. 4 3/4. And that's what these are, and I'll put them in my cut pile. Okay. I'm not even worrying with that one. If I cut it wrong, it'll all work out. So if I'm not worrying, you guys shouldn't worry. It will all be fine. Okay, don't stress, because that's the one thing that I'll find people. This is the hardest part. Sharing my brain and doing the math part stresses people out. Just cut it and put it in your cut pile and don't even worry about it. It will be fine. I promise. It seems like a lot right now because we do all the cutting at once, but you're going to find you hate me right now. And in a minute, you'll be like, okay, deep breath, putting it together. And now I understand why we do it the way we do. Okay? So from the piece that you have remaining, can you please score? We're going to do some scoring along the length. And I'll show you where we're using this. Yes, a project modification. I love it. You can't make a mistake here. It will all work out. Like I said, we have washi tape that we use, or your album looks a little bit different. In the end will be perfect. And think, if we've got this far and the only error that has been made is right now, we're fine. So what we're going to make right now is this. It's a pocket flap. Okay? So we're going to take that, and I'm going to score on the floral side. I'm going to turn it so I'm scoring out of the length. And I'm going to score 2 3/4 from one end. Or ish is fine. It's just a pocket, okay? So 2 3/4 from one end. And then that gets folded up because it is going to be a pocket. And then it's going to be a flap on the top of the page, so you need to score the top of that. I'm going to flip it because I like to score on the side that it's going to fold on. And I'm going to score the 1/4 inch. Okay, so let me show you. There. Okay, now it's ready. That is going to be a pocket, and that's the flap. It's going to adhere so it can turn up and down. Or flip up and down. Put it in my cut pile, and all we have left is the yellow cardstock. And this is a breeze. Let's just do the things. We love you. I love you too. And I know this is stressful. That was the hardest paper, but it will be fine. Letting go of being an exact copy of the 8-inch measurement. Yeah, remember that? If you don't have that 1/4 inch tape, just make your flap slightly bigger and you will be fine. It'll all work out. So, oh, yes, thank you. Sorry, I got distracted. It's sitting over here underneath my instructions. So take your 2 1/4 and cut some 2 1/4 inch mats. That's all. You need 3 2 1/4 inch mats out of that, okay? 2 1/4, 2 1/4.
Yeah, there's a couple questions about that 2 1/4 thing.
Don't worry about it. They're just little mats. Just cut it. It's not right in the written directions, but it's fine. They're little mats. Don't stress over this. Just cut them into 3 2 1/4, okay? You can't make a mistake, and really, this is the little things. It's not like I've been in classes where it matters if you don't cut it or score it exactly the same, because it's not going to flip and flap and do all those things. Doesn't matter in my class. It's perfect, okay? So cut them into 3 little mats and put it in your cut pile. So that was the only thing we had left. I forgot about it. Was this strip here. In your written directions, it says that this should be 2 1/2. That's why I follow everything off of, if the math doesn't add up, you know it's just a human error, which if you've ever written instructions like this, is no surprise that it happens. And I try to catch all of them, but sometimes I miss them.
And
So
wants to see the pocket again.
when I'm talking, it'd be great if you wait till Mike, because then I lose my train of thought. He's distracting me crunching on cheesies and then talking to me while I'm talking. So he's going to get fired soon.
I just wrote that. Fired again.
So look there's your 1/4 inch or half, whatever you're using. And then the flap on the bottom. Okay? I don't know how you do it when you are making a whole album. Oh man. And friends, just to give you an idea, you will see. So let me grab this one. So you know what we're doing today? This is what I normally do. This is what we're talking about. Like, these albums can be huge. This one, when I did it, is so freaking big that I told everybody buy a second album. You're better off to make this into 2 albums with my paper line with American Crafts. But there's no way we could do this in a 3-hour block. The paper cutting for that album takes 2 hours, just so you know. So I'm adjusting myself. Let's do our yellow cardstock. Are you laughing? Love that Rich is helping out. I do too. You know, I'm just teasing him, but
Are you kidding?
I'm
I'm
like,
fired 3 times.
Cheeto man, it's hard when you're chewing on Cheetos while you're sitting across from me, and I'm trying not to throat punch you. And then you talk to me while I'm explaining something, and I totally lose my train of thought. So yay. Okay, so yellow cardstock. Let's do this thing. Let's start putting this sucker together. So let's cut this up. So your yellow cardstock, you're going to cut a 2 by 12 out of it. Okay. So a 2-inch by 12-inch strip. That's the first thing you're going to do. 2 by 12, set it aside. And then you're going to take your paper and turn it. We're cutting out of the 12-inch length. Okay, so it's not tricky. You just needed that 2 by 12, and then we're going to cut everything else out of the 12-inch length. So now please cut a 4-inch strip. 4-inch, 4.5-inch, and that will leave you with a 3.5. Okay, so I like to, when they're very similar, is I just stack them so they go like this, and I'll know I don't have to get my ruler out. I'll just grab the smallest one, and that's how we're going to do it. Do you like that? Throat punch. Seriously, and I don't know what you guys are like, but I have a hard time listening to people chew. So he's he picked his bowl up to grab a bite and then went, ooh, and put it back down. Let me get through the math, and then you can eat all the stuff that you want. So I'm going to cut out of the 3.5-inch piece first. So see the cutting diagram? So we're doing this one first. The 3.5 by 10. We're cutting out of the 10-inch length. Please trim a 5.5-inch piece, and that will leave you with the 4.5. Okay? And clip it and put it in your cut pile. So it just doesn't normally, but because I have to think and I don't want to make any mistakes when I'm trying to teach you guys, normally he could chomp away, I'd be fine. The next one we're going to cut is the 4. He's going in the hallway to eat them. The 4.5 piece. Turn it so you're cutting out of the 10-inch length. And please trim a 5.5-inch piece. 5.5. Put those 2 pieces in your cut pile. And then the last piece we have, or not the last, but out of those 3 strips, please trim a 6-inch piece. That will be a 4 by 6. And put those 2 mats in your cut pile. And again, do you notice what I'm doing is I will put my stack largest to smallest, especially with the mats, because then when we go to grab pieces that we need, it makes it easier to find what size it is without grabbing your ruler. So I just stack it like that. Okay? What you have left now is your 2 by 12. Cut a 7.5-inch piece from it. Okay, 7.5. Put it in my cut pile. And this piece that you have left, we're going to punch some 1.5-inch circles. So from this piece right here, you're going to punch 2 1.5-inch circles. And I'll put that all in my cut pile. And we can get up and do a little happy dance because your paper cutting's done. Paper cutting is done. I will keep my trimmer handy in case I need it to score or trim or do anything. Happy dance, friends. And I'm telling you, I know it seems stressful to do all the cutting together, but there is method to the madness. And if you've done my classes before and you didn't screw anything up, you just took a different route, but we will get to the exact same destination. You just took the scenic route, okay? It's all good. So my trimmer is handy. get all my other things out of my way, because now is the fun, well, the not the most funnest part, but the second to fun part. I don't need instructions or anything now. You may reference your instructions just for the image, but I'm going to grab my book and show you what you need. You're fine. And yellow is a matte, right? So you can use any color, white, anything. Don't worry about it, okay? We're great. You took the scenic route, then fell off the cliff. You're fine. You're fine. Trust me, okay? And I know if you're new to my classes, you might be freaked out, but don't forget, we're making a whole mini book in this class. So now what we're going to do is, this is super helpful, is organize your bits. So you're going to take all your paper now, and I just like to lay it out like this so I can find what I need rather quickly. Because we have goals now, friends. Let's see, how much can we get done? So always look at this. Like, so I have friends who teach mini book albums. And what they do is you only end up finishing like 4 pages in the album. None of the paper's cut. You have to do almost all of it on your own. So I feel like if we do the math together, you're winning. Like, you're already winning, because now it's just assembly. But if everything's cut, assembly's easy. Like, this is the fun part of the puzzle, right? So I'm going to set my stuff. I have my adhesive ready, and I have my bits ready. So get yourself a pee break. Go ahead, Cindy. A quick one, okay? I'm going to just get my stuff together, and you guys can have like a quick 10-minute break. So it is right now 3:45. I'm going to get started in 10 minutes. You go take your, you maybe do need a drink. It's no joke. But here's what I have to say. So while Cindy's going pee, we'll have a talk. When you look at this, so if this is your first class with me, you may have found you're a little stressed. But when you sit down and digest what will happen at the end of this class, you'll look at it and go, oh my goodness. See, once I get comfortable with Vicki and literally just give over the control and listen to the direction, that was one of the easiest classes I've done. When you see what we're going to achieve and that you're going to do all of the things, you're going to find that it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. So let me read your, 8:45. So yeah, so we're at 10 minutes, okay? We're going to 10-minute quick pee break, get your stuff together. The other thing you need to do is grab your snap album, take the guts off and the wrapper off. Oh, you know what I didn't grab? So this gives me a break to do it as well, as I need my hole punch. But I actually probably don't need it because we don't punch until the end. I am going to take the guts out of my album. When I reference binder pages, this is what the binder pages are. It's the full pages in the album that is colored in pattern, okay? So make a stack of that. We're not using the chipboard. You can decide how you want to divvy this album up. You can come watch my Facebook Lives for lots of ways that you can alter this with mixed media, or you can cover it in pattern paper. I tend to not use these. I've done so many of these albums that I don't do this. Okay, so don't worry about it. And then this is what I refer to as pocket pages. I don't need the album right now because I'm not putting anything in it till the end. So I'll get that out of my way because real estate is important. So if I set these here, they're ready to go. I know where my pocket pages are, and I know where my binder pages are. So now I'm all ready to build. You still need paper clips because we're not going to glue very much right now because we have an hour, 1 hour left. And my goal is to do the mixed media on the cover of the album and to get everything clipped into the page. Do you trim out the tags? I cut them all apart. I didn't trim the tops because it doesn't matter right now, okay? This has been the least stressful class I've ever taken with you. So well planned and relaxed. Yay! Have you done my albums before? Because is it less stressful because you usually do mixed media with me? Because then I always find that the stress is, I think sometimes we put our own stress on because we're afraid of the unknown. But I find my classes, all of them now, even the mixed medias, now I only teach like 3 techniques instead of 20. The one Nicole was talking about was literally, we called it like, I was on crack that day. I don't know what I was thinking. but I taught way too many techniques in that class and it stressed people out. And it's only because I was afraid I wasn't giving enough. And now I realize that it's okay. People can take other classes. You don't have to teach them everything you know in 3 hours. Because I realize I know a lot from mixed media and it was too much. So mixed media is your stress factor. You need gloves. Yes, oh my goodness, I will break you of that. My friend over there in Scotland, you can come and do all those things with me. I think it's because there's less paper, less cutting. Well, 100%, Phaedra, this is only a 3-hour class. Normally they're at least 5 hours, right? My albums are huge. They're huge, right? Seeing you, but along with us, makes it easier for visual learners. Yes, I agree. I just want directions and I don't want to have to think about it. Less stressful, we're not doing as many things, so it helps. Yeah, it's good. And don't forget that when we do, if you come and take my classes online, it's not usually as fast paced, but I have to go at a truck along because you have other classes to take. There's other things going on. So this is faster than if I'm teaching it just like when we do anybody here who's doing storyteller weekend with me next weekend. And for anybody who didn't get in on ordering the kit, I will be putting it up if you want to just have access to the class and the instructions and you have your own stuff. If you go on vickyboutin.com, it lists exactly what I'm using in that class. And if you just say you're in Colombia or Puerto Rico or somewhere UK and you didn't order one of the kits, but you just want to take the class and build your own album, I will be selling access to the class as well. So if you don't have everything for the kit, you can do that one with me. Why are you so confused, Jordan? Why are you confused? You have to give me more than that. Please come back to Glencairn. I'd love to one day. I need bubble wrap or anything. Don't worry if you don't. You can have use a stamp. You don't have to. I said bubble wrap just in case people didn't have anything for that. It's all good, Vicki. You're having a blast. Yay! Yes, and please check in because there's a lot of people here that maybe we haven't met before. And if you can't talk to me here because you don't have a YouTube or a Gmail account, make sure you come over to the live and chat with me because I want to meet you. I want to meet you even if we can't hug and talk in person. Am I missing anything? Storyteller, you're selling the instructions. I will. They'll be posted. I have to write them this weekend. As soon as the instructions are written, then I will sell access to the class without the kit. Let's say Tuesday. They'll be posted by Tuesday. I'm going to be writing them all weekend. Yeah, you can use the end of a pencil. If you don't have bubble wrap, grab a pencil. I'll show you that too. Thank you, Joanne, reminding me of these things. I'm loving this class. I think you're rocking it. Thank you, Lisa. I miss you so much. You and Jim and the kids. Hot chocolate and Bailey's break. Yum. Okay, so okay, let's get started. I feel like everybody should be here. And this is the fun part. We just did the hardest part. So assembling is great. And then when you guys get to glue it together and put the ephemera on, you are going to love this. You will love this project when it's done. So let's do the things. Are you ready? So now how this part of the class will run is I'm going to pull a page out. We'll gather all the things we need for it. We'll clip it together with a paper clip, and then you'll put it in a pile like you're turning pages in a book. And then when you're done, you'll take your whole stack, flip it back over, and then at your leisure, you can punch holes and put your bits on it and put it in your album, okay? You often panic in my classes, and you're not even allowed, Carolyn. You've taken too many of them. You're pretty relaxed. That's great. Maybe being at home helps too, right? My ephemera in your Ray Dunn dishes. I love it. My snack for later is on a Ray Dunn dish. Okay, let's do the things. So now I'm going to take that first piece out and we're going to start gathering what we need. We are not doing any ephemera or stickers right now. You have great images in that beautiful book Catherine put together for you, so you can put the pieces together, but I will discuss as we're going exactly what they are, where they're from, and then you can reference this video later. So no stress at all. You're just going to gather, clip pieces, and start putting together this book. Here's the plus. I guarantee we will leave here with all the pieces where they need to be, and you may just need to glue them and put your ephemera on. And the other thing that gives you is you want to switch anything around, then you totally have freedom of choice. So let's do this. So we're going to start with this page. So I'm going to grab out of my stack right here the piece that we folded and scored. And it is out of your Acorn Avenue. So it's this piece right here. You're going to grab this piece. I am going to, and I tend with my pockets. Where is my adhesive? See, I told you get organized, and then I buried it somewhere. So just give me one sec. So with my pockets, I use my double-sided tape. Hun, do you see it? And am I just blind? The roll of tape. There it is. I just buried it. Okay, so take this, and if you move at a slower pace, don't glue anything right now. Just grab your pieces, paper clip them, and come back and do this. I like this Suquang tape, and I just like to say it, Suquang, because you can tear it as you're going. You don't have to cut it, but it is still really good adhesive. So I do that. If you have it, like just grab something you can kind of burnish your tape. So take off your backing. My fingernails are not working all that well. I might not be able to do it today. There we go. Okay, and you're going to glue this as a side pocket. So just line up your bits and glue that. Now we have a side pocket. So the opening is on the side, okay? So we need now to go with this. I'm going to go into my tags, and I'm going to find the grateful for all you do. So go through your tag pile, and there she is. I'm not going to prep it. I'm just grabbing my pieces because we have a whole album to get through, okay? So grateful for all you do is going to go like that. And then let's find the piece that goes inside. Is out of the house paper and wood, and it is the 7 1/4, 3 1/2 by 7 1/4. Okay, so grab that piece. Out of my stack here. And there's 2 of them. Okay. And I'm going to put it just in my pocket, and then I'm going to paper clip it together. Okay. Friends, golden nugget, when you go to punch your holes, make sure you take everything out of pocket so you don't punch through your mat, okay? So did the tape go on both sides? No, only on one side, okay? Only on one side is fine. So I've grabbed my pieces. This is out of your ephemera. There is a double foam square. So guess what, friends? Don't worry about it right now. You can reference it later, and you'll know I put 2 on here just so it clears the pocket nicely. So 2 foam squares on the butterfly, and then this thank you is out of your ephemera as well. You cut it apart. So now we're going to take it like a book and turn your page. So take your section, turn it, and grab your bits. The only thing you need to add to your clip now is out of your tags. You need the cat one that says my happy place is with you. So just go through all your tags and grab the cat one. I did 2 tag stacks, so I just have to find it. Yay! There it is. And I'm just going to clip it, and we're done the first 2 pages. Okay? What is Natalie asking or saying? She will rehire you at any moment now. I love it. Okay, so now how do we leave this? It's in our stack as we turn pages, so you'll know where it needs to go. So now we're going to move on to the next page. Oh, and this is out of your ephemera, 1 foam square, and this is out of your ephemera, the little gold scallop piece, and you'll attach it. I did put foam squares at just the top of the tag and then glued it flat at the bottom. It just adds some nice dimension. Okay, next page is this guy here. So we're going to look for that one that we folded in half. So it is the leaf and beige flower page. So I will grab my leaf and beige flower page like this. Now make sure that when you flip it, the folded flap is on the right hand side, okay? The only other thing you need for this side, because the snail is a sticker or ephemera, I think that's an ephemera. This is a mat, use whatever size you want, but the mat for there is like a 5 by 3.5. These are your thickers. And friends, when you attach your thickers, glue them. Do never trust the adhesive on thickers. I glue them with wet adhesive, okay, or tape runner, whatever you want to do. You have a love, that's out of your ephemera pack, and then that little puffy hay is out of your puffy sticker pack. What's the matter? Why are you laughing like that? Oh, Rich. Hey, B. He's saying hi to you, B. I love it. So this strip here, though, is out of, you just got to find it. Which one is it on here? So you know the one with the 6 by 8 that we cut apart? That strip is off of this barcode. Okay? So that is the piece you need. I'm just going to take it. I'm not going to measure anything. I'm just going to line it up and snip off what I need. And then I'll clip that back on my cut pile. Go ahead, snip and clip. Snip and clip. I just laugh. He thinks he's so funny doing that stuff over there, right? So just clip it back on in case we need it later. So now that's all we need for this. Everything else is stickers and ephemera. So now take your page and turn it. This is a tricky one, but fun. Okay, so let's grab what we need. So first thing you need is out of your 3 by 4 cut aparts, you need this tag that says Love Lives Here. So I'll go into that stack and just have to see, is it in this one or in the 6 by 8 page? Is it that one right there? Nope. So just go through and look for, there it is, Love Lives Here. So you need this guy. I'm going to round the corner in the bottom, on the bottom right hand side. Where did I put my corner rounder? Okay, round the corner on the bottom right. And then we have to score on the left hand side. So see what's going to happen there is you're going to score a 1/4 inch on the side that does not have the rounded corner, because I'm going to score it on the side that has the writing, because I score into my fold. There it is. And you might notice, like, why isn't she using a scoring blade on here? I don't put it on there because I tend to press too hard and tear through the paper. So I do not use the scoring blade because I'm too heavy-handed. So I have a score now on the left-hand side that I can fold. We're not gluing it yet, we're just gathering our pieces, okay? So score. The other thing you need is, see inside this page here, you need the acorn piece that is 8 by 5. So find in your acorn pieces. We already scored it, right? So it's all set, ready to go. This piece here. On the green leaf beige piece, I rounded the wrong corner. Solution, doesn't matter. Round all the corners if you want to. It's fine. Don't even worry about that. So now, so far, what do I have? I have this piece. And I have this piece. It's going to go on the outside, and this one's going inside my flap. So take this piece and fold your scored line, because we're going to assemble this, because I want you to see how these flaps work, okay? So I have folded my scored piece. Your adhesive is going to go on the blue side of the flap. So everyone stop. Chicas, muy importante, okay? Your adhesive is going on the blue side of the scored flap. So I'm going to put a strip of double-sided tape. You don't want to use wet glue for this. It'll bleed under, it makes a mess. This is one of those things that after doing this class, you'll be like, I need to order myself some 1/8 inch double-sided tape. So put the tape on there, fold it under, open up your flap, and it's going to get adhered right to your scored flap. Right? So see how that has a fold? I'm butting this up and gluing it right there. So I will take my back side of my tape off. Okay? And I'm going to line that up and put it right inside my flap. Okay? So now I have a double flap. And we score it like this because then it's nice and clean. The acorn paper just continues when you open it. Okay? There we go. Now here we go. We have the Love Lives here. We have to put it on there. You're going to do the same thing. Adhesive, open your flap. Adhesive goes on the wood grain side. You can do all of the things. I have complete and total faith in you guys. And like I said, if this taping part goes too fast, don't glue it now. Just watch. Gather your pieces, drink your cocktail, your tea, your Diet Coke, whatever you're doing, and just enjoy it. I'm not even measuring this. I just know that it looks like it's about 1.25 inches from the bottom. Sounds good. It does not matter. So I'm gluing it down right to the edge to make this really cool double flap. It's a triple flap, actually. Look. Flap, flap, flap. Okay? So for the rest of them, we might not glue until if we have time at the end, but I wanted you to see how one of those works. The other things that are going to go on that page, this is out of your ephemera pack. It is a gold butterfly, foam dotted at the top with a hello puffy word. And then these are 2 mats. Cut them to whatever size you want, but these ones are 3 by 3 squares. Happy are out of your thickers. And then this is out of your ephemera pack. It is foam squared. I like to have little tabs that turn my pages. It says, this is everything I could have ever wanted. And we're done with that page. So what do? We turn this page, or actually you don't need to turn it. We've turned it already. It goes in my stack like this on top of that one. So when I'm done, I flip it and I'm ready to put it in my book. Catherine's going to love this one. She will. This is a totally Catherine kind of color palette. Grab your pocket page. So remember, these just came out of the album. A pocket page is the plastic ones. And you need one with 2 3x4 openings and a 4x6. This is a little rest the brain. So grab that one in your stack. Go through them until you find the one with the split opening on the top and the full opening on the bottom. And now you're going to grab out of your 3x4s, Home is With You, and From My Home to Yours. So I think there, one is out of this. Okay. Home is With You is out of this paper with the black on the other side. So just find that guy. Home is With You. And then, I don't want to get my stuff messed up. And then out of my 3x4 stack, I need to find From My Home to Yours. There it is. Okay, that's going to go on this side. You might need to do a little trimming because it's a little wonk. And I'm going to slide this one in the right-hand pocket. And for now, I don't care. I'll just slide this in. If I want to, no, I'm a liar. I got to clean that up a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit off of the bottom. maybe more after, okay? Yes, I'm going to love it. I love it, Catherine. You will. This is totally, totally your jam. See, I have to trim a little bit more. But it's okay because I can center that art, right? Because it's wonky. There we go. Okay. So slide that. And then in the bottom pocket is out of the acorn paper. It's going to go in. There we go. And then the mat on the bottom is a 4x6 out of the acorn paper. It's right here waiting for me. Put that in the bottom pocket. There's nothing else in there. I just put a white mat just because it's visually, it looks better because there's no photos in my project when I photograph it. On the other side, the only thing you're going to add after is on the outside of the pocket, I put a puffy love on that house. So when you turn the page, the only thing that you'll add after is the little puffy love. I'm going to put that in my stack. We're done. So it's in my stack. And that, oop, I put the wrong one. It goes in my book, and that's in my stack. This page is out of your binder pages. So you're going to grab that stack, and it's right on top. Grab your polka dot green binder page, the little polka dots. You're going to score on the right-hand side a 2-inch flap. So take that, and on the right-hand side, score 2 inches. We're going to make a side pocket. Ish is fine, friends. Just score a flap. Okay? Because it is a pocket, you know I like to notch out of the side, so I'm going to take my 1.5 inch punch, or 1 inch, whatever you have, and I'm going to notch about 1 inch down a 1/2 inch circle. And now you go ahead and fold your flap. Use a bone folder, or I just use my fingernails. Adhesive is going to go at the top and the bottom. I'm not doing it right now because I just want to get everything in where it needs to go. Adhesive on the flap, top and bottom. Close it over, and it's a side pocket. And you're going to grab your other mat that was from the houses, and it's going to go inside that pocket. But for now, for time's sake, I'm just going to clip it. And here's the whole thing, friends. You could pause the video and do whatever you want because it's all going to be there when you're ready, right? But for now, I'm just going to clip it. Okay, what? Brain fog. Need to just watch. It's fine, Glenda, right? You've got all your paper cutting down, but don't glue anything. Just grab your pieces and put them together. It's 2 inches. The flap was 2 inches, right? So everything else that goes in here, they're mats I cut out of white cardstock and put on there. This is out of your ephemera. It's glued behind the flap. So I put adhesive on the front of the black and glued it inside the flap. And then the little house is foam squared. And then see, there's a little puffy hello. That's everything on this side. So flip it. And all we need for the back is a yellow mat. And the mat size you need is... and it can be ish if you had any issues with cutting, is 5.5 by 3.5. So I'll go into my stack of yellow mats, and because I have my book, I can just do this and go, that works, and clip it. So if you look at this page, that's just a mat, and then this little ephemera piece says, love makes everything grow, and I foam squared that at the bottom. And that page is done. So it goes into your pile. You've clipped. It makes it so much easier when you're cropping tonight. It's nothing to finish this album. When we teach, when I teach at Crop and Create, this is what everyone does. Just puts their album together. Okay. But I want to make sure we get all the pieces where they need to be. So I'm not gluing anything right now. We're just going to keep sticking the things together, right? I love it, Nicole. Nicole's having fun just creating along. Full pocket page. So you need a full pocket page. So I'll grab that. It's the top one. And we need the honeycomb page that we cut out. It goes right in the pocket page. And then out of your tags, you need the one that says, oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Right? Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day, just so you know, is glued on the outside of the pocket page. I find I like it. Where are you, friend? Did I lose it? Oh, maybe is it an ephemera piece? I don't even know where it is. Where is Oh Happy Day? It could be in your ephemera pack. Let's look. Am I just missing it? Did you guys find it? Is it in that stack? It's in the stack. I don't know where I put it. So at some point I'll find it. They could be stuck together. Let's just look. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this gets foam squared. I'm going to, for now, just so I know where it is, I'm putting it inside. But when you come back to watch a video, foam squared on the top, outside the pocket. It looks nice to not have that sheen on it, okay? And then you can put photos under it, so it's awesome. So now take your page, flip it, and the back side, we need to gather a couple of pieces here. So we need this mat, which is a 5 by 4. 5 by 4 out of your Poppy Place. Or whatever you have, because I know some of you had some issues with your cutting, right? So that's perfect. For now, for the time being, I'm just sliding it in the pocket. I can come glue it later. When you go to adhere that, you're going to use the gather tag and the bicycle. And they're inside the pocket. I glued them right on the mat. Now you have all this opportunity to journal above it. I love it. Okay? Did I say Poppy? It's P and... Oh, Poppy. It's Poppy Place, right? Okay, gonna put that on there. And that's it for that page. Okay, just put it in your pile. You can get your bits later. Here we go. So the next page is going to be this guy. So this is the 6 by 8 page that we created. You're gonna take that. And we're not even going to measure this. This is what you, well, we better measure it because we have to score it on the other side. So we're going to create a flap on the right hand side that folds behind. And it is 1.5 inches. So the flap is 1.5 inches. Okay. So I'll take my paper trimmer. And I'm going to flip it so I know which side I need to do it on. And I'm going to score 1.5 inch flap. Right? And then fold it under. You can do it slightly less than 1.5 if you want to just score it so you don't score at the bottom of your M or the H, but it's all good. Okay? And take that. And now you have a flap. So the only pieces that we need to gather for the front are that strip that is in Poppy Place, remember? The strip we cut. I'm going to make a flag banner on the end. So your options for this, when it's this narrow, I will go up as deep as I want it to be. And then I just cut in from the sides. Okay? And you may need to trim some of it off. You can decide after. And I will clip that. And the other thing you need is the UPC strip that has the green stripes on it. So just flip your pieces till you find it. And I'll tell you which one it is. Oh, there it is. So it is this strip on Vineyard Avenue is this barcode. Why do you feel like you're coming out of a clown car? Friends, like I'm telling you, it's worth it in the end. I know people stress out a bit, but it's all good. What I'm going to say though, come on this side. You need, the strip is going to go on here. So I'm just going to stick her on. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back side of this. I'm going to glue it on this edge. And then I'll trim it, and what's left goes on the other page, okay? So trim it. Okay, so look at that, finishes this side off beautifully. And then you just need, in my instructions though, did I use that? No, I did, okay. And then this piece is gonna go on this side. And because there's some adhesive on it, I'll just tack it down for now. Right on there, okay? There we go. I can cut my V later, but it's clipped. We're good. So the only other thing you will need is out of your die cuts is the butterfly. I folded the wings and I put foam square underneath it. It comes off the top of the page like a tab. There is a puffy sticker that says hi. And now when you flip the page, the only other thing you need on the other side is that Hello Friend tag. The little B is foam squared at the top of the tag. The tag is foam squared on the page. So when you attach this on the edge, I did foam square it so it pops off the page, and then the little B gets foam squared on there as well. So for now, right, we're just gonna clip it and put it in our stack. Where is the thin piece from? It is the barcode off of this paper. The green strip was the barcode off of this paper. Okay, there you go. Like I said, right now, don't even think about it. Just gather the pieces I tell you about. You don't have to clip anything. You don't have to glue anything. Literally find the piece, paper clip it to the page, put it in your stack. If you are tired at this point, that is the easiest thing, okay? The next page is, I'm going to grab both of them so you see what's going on. This is a huge album. This is not something you normally would finish in a 3-hour class. So if you go into this just knowing I just have to grab my pieces, I'm not gluing anything, you will do just fine, okay? So out of your binder pages, please grab the lined page that has the numbers down the side of it. This one. So the lined page that is 1 to 30. And I'm going to have you grab, I think it's the other lined, yes, both lined pages, just so you have them, because the 2 pages we're working on are going to be these ones. So the lined one with the numbers is the first one you're going to use, and then you have the lined page for the second page. I laugh that Rich has left us. I guess he was done with us. So for the front of it, we're not going to attach this right now. You can, oh, it is. We can attach it because we did actually cut it. So do you remember that strip that you have left? And it was on this page, this paper right here. This one with the tags. You still have that tiny little strip. Just clip it to the front of that page. Okay, because you're going to use that after. And the other things that are on here are 3 ephemera trees. And then this is us that I foam squared up. And then I put a puffy hooray in the top corner. So now I want to show you, because this is what I was talking about. We're going to use these 2 pages. It's gated flaps. Let's move some of the mess so that it's not so distracting. So these 2 pages here are like this, right? We built this one here. That's all we put on it. And now we're opening it like this. Okay? The 2 pieces you need here are going to be cut from this piece of paper. So see this piece right here? We're going to cut the 2 flaps from this piece of paper. Yes, you'll learn after doing my class, don't throw any bits away. Vicki uses almost every single piece of ephemera, every piece of paper. Okay? So you are going to trim 2 3-inch strips out of this paper. So start trimming opposite the punched holes. So take this piece of paper and trim 2 3-inch strips. 3 inches, 3 inches. Okay? So you have your 2 3-inch flaps, and you're going to score a 1/4 inch on each one of these. So now take that. So they were 2 3-inch strips, and then you score the 1/4 inch. Yes, that's totally true. And keep this piece as a guide when you have to punch holes. That is a great idea, Bridget, right? Okay, and I'm not gonna do I'm not gluing these down because we want to get through this album. I'm just clipping them to the pages. You will have this video to come back and reference, but adhesive always on the front of the flap, fold it behind, and then attach it right to the edge of the page. So I will show you on the finished piece. It doesn't get glued behind the page. It gets glued to the front. See what I did too? But we just, on the other one, I cut it this time. In my album, I just scored giant pieces, but don't worry about it, okay? So then they just get glued to the inside. So don't freak out when you're looking at this. I just cut what we needed. When I did it before, I just cut them in half and then figured it out. But it's fine, okay? So the only other things that you will need is for your right page, you need the 2 tags that say hooray and thanks. And they work perfectly because they are horizontal design. So they will be perfect on your page. Hooray, and thanks, and hooray. Struggling with it getting dark so early, it really does a number on me. Like, I'm ready for bed now at like 9 o'clock at night. I feel like it's midnight. So I've rounded my corners. They're going to go on this side. Both these tags are foam squared and popped up. I love to use foam squares. So when you look at this one, foam squared, popped up. And now they work as a perfect little tab for turning your flap. And then I put, look at the little people at the top. And then the puffy stickers under hooray says, you are amazing. And under thanks is wishing you a happy birthday. I did this kind of that it could be a birthday spread, okay? There's no sound. We lost the sound. I don't know. Why would you? Let me see if something popped up on my phone. Okay, I'm just taking this down for a second, friends. No, we're fine. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe something popped up. I might have got a text, right? So we're okay. Sorry, made it shaky for a minute. Okay, we're good. It probably a text came through. One time I was doing this and we got an Amber Alert and it shut everything down. So we're okay. So that's all you need for this side, okay? Clip those. For this side, hello is out of your ephemera. It's popped up. I use foam squares. And then you have celebration, and we won't cut it right, well, we can. You need this piece out of, let's see, which paper is that out of? Keep that for punching your holes after. So then just flip your pieces till you find the one that has the buffalo plaid. I'm gonna think it's this one. No, it's butterflies. La, 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 la. Nope. So it's in here somewhere. I don't know. We'll find it later. But that is a strip out of the buffalo plaid. Okay. These two pieces here are from this paper. Okay. So you need to find the two mats that are 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. That's what's going to go underneath your page. I'm going to round all 4 corners. What's going on here? I'd like to know where my husband went to. It's from First Ave, the ladies are saying. So I don't know where I've put mine. Okay, but the is from the tags we cut apart or 3x4s. It's from one of those pages, okay? So I'm just clipping these there for now. I'm not gluing it. Just round your corners on the 2 pieces, all 4 corners. And then I'm going to explain a few things. Okay. And you see why we're not gluing, right? Because then we're going to run out of time. So when you put this guy on here, those go underneath your flap. Up in this corner is super. The puffy sticker is super. The only reason this piece was here is because the binding holes were still on my page. You don't have to do that, okay? So that's it. We fold those and we'll talk about what goes on the back side. Okay, I'll close my page. The back side, I'm just seeing, is it a full piece? Because for some reason I think I used pieces of it, but I think it is. So the back side piece underneath here is another barcode strip, and you can add those later. I'm not going to clip it on my page right now. And my title is Our Life with another little bee. He's foam squared, and yay, the puffy sticker is on there. And this is out of your ephemera, says enjoy today. So Our Life, yay, enjoy today. Okay? So put those 2 pages in your completed pile. And yes, that piece, just so we know, I think you said it's from Peony, right? Yes, see? And that piece, when you're ready for it, is from Peony Place. I'm not going to trim that right now. I'll do that at the end. Yay! Little drink. Let's keep trucking. This page here is a binder page. So we're going to grab the grid binder page. And then the piece on the bottom is one of these. So see how we have these 2 pieces? And if somebody's reading the instructions, I would think it's Be Our Guest. I'm going to think it's the Be Our Guest piece because I know that I would not have used that one. And where did we use that? Yeah. Okay. So Be Our Guest. Because the other one's going to go in a full pocket page after. I just know it. Am I right? Yes, it is. Okay. So Be Our Guest. It's going to be a pocket. So remember, when you add this, no adhesive goes along the top edge, because if you put adhesive there, it's a mat. You can't access it. So I'm not going to glue it right now, but when you flip it, adhesive just goes on the sides and bottom, and then it gets glued to the bottom of the page so you can access it like a pocket. So I'm just going to clip this for now. And then I'm going to find these 2 pieces, and then I'll explain the side. Okay, these 2 pieces. So we need our floral. They're actually out of the same paper. Okay? So the longer one is that floral. It's going to go under. And then this piece here is the 4 by 5 or whatever you have, because maybe you made a couple errors in that cut. So you see what I'm saying? It goes in a pocket. Doesn't matter. Any questions, hon?
No circle punch on the pocket?
I did not circle punch this pocket because I just liked the look of it. You can totally, if you want, notch it out. I didn't. I just kind of like the look of that straight line. Totally your preference, okay? Remember this little piece that we cut and rounded the corners from this paper? So grab that strip out of Wildflower Way, and it's what goes underneath the title. So just clip it, and then this just makes it super easy when you get to that page. You've got all your pieces there. So let me explain one more thing, and then we'll talk about this strip. So this is a pocket. That piece gets glued straight onto the bottom, and then Life is Lovely is out of your ephemera pack, foam squared, and the little dog sits underneath it, and I just foam squared under his head, but glued the bottom of his body flat. The puffy sticker says, thinking of you. So Life is Lovely, thinking of you. The pieces that go on top of the tags that are inserted into the pocket is best wishes, and this is what matters. Both of these are foam squared on top of the tags. So now I need you to grab out of your binder pages, the one with the stripes. See this guy here? And you're going to cut 6 inches off the side. So 6 inches off the side, and then that strip is going to be what we use here. So put it in your trimmer like this and cut 6 inches. Okay, like this, cut 6 inches. That leaves you with this strip. It's going to go on those binding holes. I use everything. So even though I had cut those so they could go in a pocket page down the road, I am not going to waste that. It looks pretty on that page, so that's where that came from, okay? Yay! Rich, causing trouble. Is the bottom black and white print? Not sure what you're asking there. I have to look. This is the white one, thinking of you. This is out of your Wildflower Way. And so far, the only direction I gave with this is to cut a 6-inch strip. We're not going to cut anything else out till we get to that page. Okay, so put it back in your binder pages. That's all you need from this side. Okay, so now take this and flip your page, and we'll see what we need for the back side. So out of Wildflower Way, you need this mat. The mat size is 5 by 6. So just make sure, 5 by 6. It's not a pocket or anything, it's just a mat. So I'm just going to clip it on there. I put awesome as my title, awesome memories. So this is out of your ephemera pack. It's pop dotted up. I put foam squares underneath it. Thanks is out of your puffy stickers in black with a white thanks. And then the little bird is foam squared as well. So you just layer for your title. Okay? That's all you need for that page. You'll add all your bits later. And here's the other thing. You can change your titles and do whatever you want as we go along, right? So we're trucking along, friends. You're doing great. Let's just keep going so I can get all the pieces where they need to be in your album so you can adhere later, because I'm a little worried. So let's just keep going, okay? So you have this strip here that is in your paper. I think it was called Vineyard, right? You can add your titles later, all that stuff. If I made you build a page, we would only get 3 pages of this album done. If this is why I set this all up like this, if you grab all your pieces, it makes it easy. When you go to put your stickers on, the jewelry is the most fun. Adding the pretty stuff, you guys won't be stressed out about doing that. So this makes it easy. So you need this strip out of Vineyard. We've used that barcode, so you might not have the name. It's the 8-inch by 3-inch piece. And then out of your little cut-aparts, you need Less House, More Home. Less House, More Home. You're going to have to trim some of that off, and I trimmed it off of the left-hand side because the title it's not very centered. So it needs to be 3 inches wide. So I will just trim some of that. And this is going to be a pocket. This is going to end up being a pocket on the bottom of your page. This comes in and out. Look how fun. You could put journaling on here. You could put mini photos, whatever you want to do. Ephemera, whatever you want to do, okay? So it will end up being adhered on the sides and bottom, on the back of the tag, sides and bottom, and glued to the bottom. And I did round the corners on this one. So I went in and rounded the bottom corners on this page. Am I missing anything? You can watch over and over again, right? I love it. So just remember, grab your little strip of yellow so that you know, wherever I put that, they're over here. So it's that long strip. And I think I adjusted mine because the width when you put your adhesive on. So you can make that adjustment later, okay? It was too big inside the pocket. It's too hard to get in and out. So later you can just adjust the width, especially if you're using 1/4 inch adhesive. You're going to have to make adjustments. And that's why I say if you keep doing these albums with me, buy the 1/8 inch double-sided tape. I actually bought it to add to my store, so when you guys are ordering kits, you can find it because it is important, right? This at the top is another butterfly out of your ephemera pack. Foam squares are your friend. It's popped up. There is a key out of your ephemera pack, and then the little hooray puffy sticker will go on this. So now turn this, and you have your 1, 2, 3 mats that some of you had some issues with cutting this paper. Doesn't matter. You just need the mats, okay? So it will be the 3 mats you can put on if you need to make adjustments, because now I'm looking probably they're smaller than what I did, but it's fine. Cut that later. And then your 3 circles out of your yellow cardstock. I've lost one. It's around here somewhere. But as I'm pulling the mats out, I've put it somewhere. Oh, that's why. Because I have issues and I must have been smoking crack. We needed 3 of those out of that, and I only cut 2. But we'll figure it out in the end, okay? And then the 3 circles out of the orange that I'm just going to clip on there as well. And then to give you an idea what happened, here's 1, 2, 3. I love using numbers, and those are out of your thickers. Best day is ephemera that is popped up. And then the words I use whatever you want, but out of the black puffy, I used amazing, awesome, and happy. Okay? Oh, they are half circles. You're right. That's why I cut the circles in half. Thank you so much, Heather. It's in the instructions, isn't it? Yeah, I cut them in half because you wouldn't have been able to get it out of that. There wasn't enough. I cut them in half, and you can see it right there. See it close? It is a half circle. So cut them in half, and then they just get layered underneath. Woohoo! Save the day, because I was like, oh no, I just made a huge mistake, and I don't know how I did that. That's why. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. I'm not crazy or losing my mind. Okay, clip in your stack. Oh my goodness, let's just keep trucking along. Full pocket page. Okay, full pocket page. Grab your Live What You Love. That is a great little piece of advice. Live what you love. It goes in your pocket page. Whew, easiest one yet, right? like I told you, I use every single piece of these things. That's why, again, that storyteller album there's too much in the album, and you're smart if you buy a second album and make 2 albums out of it if you're doing that class with me next week, because you can't even get it shut and there's not even a photo in it yet. So that's all you need on this side. Flip, and then that's just layered. So I cut those apart, and then some are flat and some are foam squared because I just love the look of this. Like I said, again, I love this paper line. And then underneath it says making beautiful memories, and it's foam squared. All of this is on the outside of the pocket. It's way more interesting than putting it on the inside. And then I love that I can put a big photo and just slide it right in there. So the question was, will I be selling any more storyteller albums? When I'm done with the pickups, people have to come to pick up what's left. There may be 1 or 2 extra albums that will go up on my site, but it'll be one of those, whoever gets it, gets it. But it's all gone. Here's the plus though. If you go on vickyboutin.com, you can see the whole list of everything I'm using, and you can just buy access to the class and just make your own album. But those kits sold out fast. I don't really have anything. Houses are cut from what? It's out of the ephemera. You'll see. See? Some of them are stuck together. I just cut them apart. It's in this ephemera pack. The houses are in that ephemera pack. Because this is my thing. You know, in my album classes, you need the ephemera. It's the magic. So we're going to grab another pocket page. And this is wonky because it's not glued in there. But I just like to put them so when I photograph it, it looks pretty, okay? So grab a double pocket page, 2 4x6s in your stack. Oh, not that one. Okay, 2 4x6s. The bottom one is going to be this paper here. Slide it into the pocket. And then the top is the blue plaid. That's all that's left on that one. Woohoo! Okay. So go ahead and put that in. Top pocket. And then grab out of your tags. Today we celebrate you. It is going to go on the outside of the pocket. You can clip it that way so you remember, or put it right inside your pocket, whatever you want to do. But today we celebrate you is glued on the outside of the pocket. See, it's on the outside. And then feel love is ephemera. That's foam squared on the outside of the pocket. Tag is flat. Feel love is popped up. When you turn the page, here's a little magical thing I like to do. So you're going to grab your Making Beautiful Memories, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch. Chicas, muy importante. 1/2 inch, not a 1/4 inch. 1/2 inch at the top of Making Beautiful Memories. So just make sure when you flip it, you're doing it at the top. 1/2 inch score. And Elsie, are you out there with Nilmi? Are you guys watching together? Is she doing? No, she's not doing this one. Sorry, she's doing Storyteller with you. I just lost my mind for a minute. Okay? This is important. Because when you put this on, this flap is outside the pocket. So when you put it on, it needs to get adhered to the top of the mat, but you need to leave a 1/4 inch at the top so it clears the top of the pocket. Because watch when you put this in here. The pocket is actually bigger than 4 inches. See that? Line at the top. So if you butt this up and glue it right to the top of your mat, it's not going to clear the pocket. It will pull this out. So again, do it with me. We'll do this one together. Take your flap, put adhesive just at the bottom or the top. Put your adhesive right just along the top of that. Bottom of the flap or top of the card. So see where my adhesive's going? Right there, and I'll show you. See where the adhesive is? It has to go right at that top of the flap. And then when I glue it down, I find this is helpful for me. So I'm going to leave it flat on my table like this. And this is the side that's up. So I'm going to glue it down. So plaid side up. And I'm going to glue it so a quarter of it is showing. So however you, oop, I did it on the wrong side. So pretend that didn't happen. Although Catherine wouldn't care. I'm leaving it. So mine is going to be backwards because I was smoking crack again. So see how my flap is on the other opposite side? It's fine. But the biggest thing I want your takeaway is that you need to leave clearance at the top so when you slide it in your pocket, it will flap over top of the page. Does that make sense? Clear as mud? Okay. Just watch the video again. If you're too tired to make that make sense, watch it later. But you understand what I'm saying. It has to clear the top of the pocket. So do not glue it right to the edge. Leave some clearance. Yay! Okay. And you can do it on the right side. I did it on the left. That's it. There's an acorn that gets glued on there as a little flap opener. Next page is 2 pocket pages. So you need the double 4x6 openings. And then this piece that we need to cut. And you're going to cut 2 4-inch mats out of this. So grab a double pocket page. And then cut this into 2 4-inch mats. I love it, Catherine. I'm glad, Catherine. You will never know, right? If I sent it to you, you would never know. Okay, so 2 4-inch mats. And I think you have to trim a bit off of that because these are slightly, yeah, okay. 2 4-inch mats. And they go in your pocket pages. I can't wait to see the photos in this because this is something you and Jack could totally do together, right? He can help you pick the pictures, print them, and then you'll have this beautiful album. Okay, friends? In our home, let love abide and bless all those who step inside. I love it. That's pop dotted on the front, but only on the bottom of the pocket, see? So that you can still access it, right? So I just put foam squares, but just at the bottom half, so I can still get inside that pocket. Okay, let's flip. Did I put anything on the other side? The only thing that you're going to add later is on the outside of the pocket is Go Seek, Explore, Wander. That tag out of your ephemera pack, it's on the outside of the pocket, see? And then it says Hello, white puffy sticker. Yep, we use it all, everything. I use all of the things. When you're done, you might have like a tag left or something, but seriously, we use it all. Yay! Okay, oh, it's a fun one. So this is going to be this piece here. So grab that. So you need this piece, like that. And then you need that flapper. This piece. Okay? So see how that works? It's a top flap, and that flap folds off of the right-hand side to the back. So you will just take adhesive. I'm not going to remove my backing, but just so you see it. Adhesive goes on that 1/4-inch flap on the floral side of it. Okay? Goes on that flap on the floral side of it. And then goes on the pocket. Did he leave, Riley? I don't know if he left or his girlfriend came over. but he's talking to us. And what are your kids like? My kids yell at me from all parts of the house, and I'm like, I can't hear you. So you will just remove that adhesive, you close it, now it's a pocket, but it's also a flap. It will then get adhered, being conscious when you glue this down that binding holes have to go on here. So always leave about a 1/2 inch clearance, and then that will go on there. I'm just clipping it for now so I don't rush through and glue it crooked. Is everybody doing okay out there, friends? Yeah, look, we got to keep trucking because we are almost, but I have a little extra time, right, Catherine? Because I have to go to the live extra, but we can use a few more minutes, right? Just so we get everything in order. The only other thing you need is the little piece that goes inside your pocket. Okay? So it's this piece here. 3 by 6. And it goes in my pocket. So I just put it like that. Okay? So now turn it like a book, and let's see what we need on the other side. So just to finish off, It's Your Day is ephemera. So you're going to pop that up. On the side I put love it. You know, you start running out of vowels and stuff, so that's why I put love it on there. Best ever, love it. It's your day. And then when you're done, right, it's a top flap pocket. Tons of real estate for photos in here. So now flip your page, and this is going to be a flap. Nothing fancy. You just need to get that card that says there is so much to be grateful for. It's right there. No, it's not. Those are tags. Which stack is it in? This one. So it's the one with the black on the back. So much to be grateful for. I rounded the top corner. Okay. It does not pop up. It just gets glued onto my page. And then it has the little ephemera piece. That's a tab that says love this. And then underneath is your yellow mat, the square. So let's go to our mats. See, anybody who messed up with cutting your mats won't matter because they're mats. So you can use whatever you have. I don't know what that is. I might have ended up changing the size of it. So the mat that I used is a 4.5-ish by 4.5. And I don't know if we cut a 4.5 mat. This doesn't look right. So I don't have to add it right now. At the end, it's whatever I have left over, right? I might have cut it down. So for me right now, because I don't know what I did there, I'm not adding it. But just at the end, whatever you have left is your mat. And let's put that in our stack. Yay! What's we did? We're almost there, so we're good. Just got to keep trucking here now, friends. Pocket page. Like I said, these are hard to get done in the time frame of 3 hours, right? So grab out of your floral and green leaf. It goes in the bottom. Top pocket is a You Bring Me Joy. You're going to have to trim it because it doesn't really fit. Okay. It goes in the top left-hand side. The only thing that else is added, I'm going to flip it so we see what the other one is thanks. And it goes on the bottom, and then I just use a white mat. So the one that goes up in this corner is for a friend like no other. So I'll flip that and find for a friend like no other. And it goes in this side. It's tight. You might want to trim it. Gotta keep going. The only other thing you need on this pocket is on this side here is the other little gold piece and a black cheers. It's popped or added to the front of the pocket. So now grab the green polka dot binder page. Green polka dot binder page. Okay? And the 2 wood mats. You have 2 pieces that we cut out. And they're just going to get clipped to the page. So the size for those are 4.5 by 3.5. So if I'm going a little fast now, you'll be fine. Just kind of watch and you can come back. But I just want to make sure in the video, all the instructions are there, okay? So there we go. Just clip those on. The pieces on here are the little lady. Top of her head is popped up. Beautiful is ephemera popped up. My beautiful friend with the little lady. It's Nicole, look. And then the photo corners. So that's all you need for this. Okay, backside is a yellow mat, and it is 4.5 by 5.5. Let's see, I feel like it's this one. No, I don't know what I was doing. My mats. But I'm going to put it there. That works. Remember that little strip we cut with a floral? It's out of the Wildflower Way. It's going to go on there, and then the other piece of that banner when you cut it. So it's layered underneath. Love It is on top. Life is Lovely is popped up with foam square and the little blue bird. But all you need to grab right now is the mat and that blue piece. I'm going to try to demonstrate the cover at the end, or I'll do it in my live, all right? But I'll show it. It's very quick, so no panics there. But I was overzealous. Like, look we got to keep trucking so at least you can find your pieces, okay? So this is the one we already folded. It's ready to go. It is the pocket page, okay? And then you just need the mat for inside, okay? Is the one without the rounded corners. So there's no rounded corners. It will go inside your pocket. And then I just put a white mat on it. Yes, I flag bannered the one ahead. From Love It, on the green polka dot, I did flag banner the ends. So this goes inside your pocket. This is out of your UPC strips. So just, let's see. It is out of this paper, Poppy Place. And then I flag bannered the end. The bicycle will be popped up with a little tab on the side. It's a Good Day is popped up. And then Remember is a puffy sticker that goes on the top of that one. So you don't need to know this now, but when you come back to watch the video to add your embellishment, that's what's going on. Foam square, Remember. And what do we need for the backside? So white mat, not in your cut pieces, just for placement. Okay. It's the other piece of the Poppy Place is on the back there. You don't need anything for this page. You'll grab that stuff later. So Poppy Place, 2 dogs, foam squared the top of them. Love You together, and the little white sticker is Hello Friend. You don't have to have a dog to use that page. My mat there. Okay. So just put that guy in your cut pile. There's nothing to add to the back side of this for right now. Next page, because we're doing it, friends. We can do it. I know we can. Full binder page, the last one in your stack. You're not adding anything. Later, it is the circle with thankful for you, best ever, snail. Okay? You can put that all on after your photo or before, whatever you want to do. The back side of this page is that piece. This is my favorite in the album. I love this. Love this happy. Love this happy. Thinking of you. Okay? So we need the piece that has the rounded corners on it. I haven't rounded the corners. So it's this piece. Okay? Use this, round the corners. It's the only one left in your stack. So I'll tell you the size if you need to know that. Is a 5 by 5. And it will end up going at the bottom of the page. And then you just need one of your smaller mats. Whoop. And I believe it is the 4 by 4. And that will go on there. Okay. So when you go to build this page, I use these out of the ephemera pack. The O and the E is popped up. The little squirrel, just his head is popped up. This is a piece of banner from one of the papers. This one here is from Acorn Ave. This glued down, happy, popped up, thinking of you, black out of the puffy stickers. Everybody still doing okay out there? Because now I'm making you panic and no one's talking to me because you're like, holy crap, it's so fast. Okay, stick that in your finish pile. We're good though, friends. We're going to do it. We're going to do the things. We only have a couple pages left. Look at this beauty. I love it. Look at us on our little Vespa in the south of France floating around. Full pocket page. Grab this piece here that we did the scoring bit on the top. I'm not going to put it in yet. I'll grab my pieces first, okay? That's there. Enjoy today is this piece here with the top corners rounded. Oops, not with that. Top corners rounded. And how I like to cut a V is I will take that, watch, and fold it. Not fold it, but just kind of crease it like that. And I'll cut from the open corners. So from this side. Like this. Okay. And that gets attached to the front. Ooh, had a finger cramp. I did not pop this up. It's flat. The bouquet is popped up and says cheers. Enjoy today, cheers. So for now, I'll just clip it. And then underneath your flap are the two mats. So this green guy, the big one, okay? It is a 5 by 7. It will go underneath the mat with your yellow mat that I'm just sticking one here for now because I know I put this on the wrong page. I put that one on the wrong page, okay? And this gets slid inside the pocket. Do you remember when I couldn't find that mat? So I put the wrong one on the page, but if it's not glued, I can change that later. So the little bike lady, the little moped is popped up on the outside of the pocket and noted is added after, okay? Yay! Flip it. The only thing you need is that piece with the wood grain. It will go inside the pocket and glued later. And then look at, stay a while, and the little kitty cat in the house. I actually put that all inside the pocket. That's not on the outside, okay? Just layer your ephemera, make it look pretty. I love it on the buffalo plaid with the wood grain. Seriously love this. They're patterned, but they act as a neutral. It's beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. We're doing it. We're doing the things. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now it's home free. It's just pocket pages. So grab the double pocket page. This is 2 4 by 6s. And remember that 4x6 we kept, the 3x4 we kept as one piece? That I don't know where I put it now. It's here somewhere. There it is. It slid away from me. See it? It goes in the bottom of your mat, your pocket. And then I cut a white mat so it just looks like, look how pretty that looks. So it just looks like two parts to your, like you're doing a 3x4 instead. Note to self is on the outside and joyful heart is on the inside, or you could put on the outside, whatever you want to do. And the piece you need for the top is the bumblebee. Okay. So look, we're getting down. We have hardly anything left now. So it's going to go in the top. Yay! Okay. So the back side is a yellow mat and the tree, and it says "Hello Friend" in black. So the size of this mat is stuff is flying everywhere now. A 4.5 by 3.5. I'll just slip it in there for now. Love it. Okay. It goes into my pile. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, 2 last pages. Look it. So grab your split 3x4s. Stay a while. Is in this corner. And you probably have to trim it down a little bit. It's a little wonky one. Oh, no, it fit. Stay a while. Bumblebee gets foam squared in the top. And then this paper here. Okay. This corner is best day ever. And today has been, hasn't it? Best day ever. I just don't know where I put it. Because I have a little bit. Oh, there it is. Best day ever. So just put it with the type side up. Okay. Again, bumblebee, foam squared on the top. And then on this side, I had that little cat left. So he's attached on the outside of the pocket with "hello." Okay. Cat on the outside of the pocket with "hello." And then "for you." What time are the massage sign-ups? Yeah. It's not for the faint of heart. Let's do it. Let's do it. Last pocket page. Grab your bumblebee. Your green mat. It goes in the pocket. You have your heart, goes on the outside, home is foam squared up, and then I put love on the little house. And then the back side is just today. You have lots of tags left that you can use for whatever. Today is your day to have the best day ever. It is on the outside of the pocket. I'll just throw it in there. Rich is laughing at me. Okay, we did it. So now, because I can show you quickly the cover, because I still have 5 minutes. Look it. Turn your stack over when you're done. Oops, I put the wrong one in. And the only thing you'll have to do now is embellish, do some gluing, right? Embellish, do some gluing, and punch your holes. But look it, everything is ready to go, my friends, okay? So don't drop your stack, because then you'd have to figure out where everything goes. You have all these pieces and you know you need some of them. We actually have way more scraps than we ever do. So keep them. You need some of them as we go along, because remember, some of the stuff I couldn't find and went, oh, I'll just grab it later. So put your stack together and let me show you how quick this cover comes. Oh, and some of it's for your cover too, right? Here we go. Grabbing my bits. Putting this out of the way. Okay. So your cover, you have your inside cover you still need to do. So these are the 3 houses, or 2 house pieces. They're 2 that I layered together with a piece of the border. and it says so much happy. I'm going to just give you a tip. Glue, do not put foam squares on this, glue it all flat. It's very easy that your pages get caught on it as you're opening and closing your album. I don't pop anything on the inside covers of my albums. I glue it all flat. For your cover, you're going to use I glued these right on the green part of the binder. So it's 2 strips. And then you have your little piece on the front and all the ephemera bits that you're going to layer. So take a nice close look and let me show you this part. It's super quick and easy.
Questionable gluing cover.
Gluing cover, I use wet adhesive. Wet adhesive double sided. Sorry. I had to have a drink, got a tickle. I glue the heck out of the cover, okay? When you go to do this album, you won't be able to see, but I open it like this and I put it on the edge of the table. So when I sit down, it's on the edge of the table so I have a flat surface, okay? Otherwise it gets tricky. Although this is super easy what we're doing. So you're going to take your bubble wrap, and like I told you, you can use whatever color of glue or ink that you have. And if you don't have distress, it doesn't matter. So this is what I used, I believe, is what I wrote down, Spice Marmalade. Just like, because I like the contrast of the orange on there. But if you want something that's more neutral, let's try the I'm going to go Evergreen Bough for mine today. I'm going to literally just tap this onto the bubbles. Okay, so the bubbly side, not the flat side. And then I'm going to take it and I am going to kiss those bubbles to my cover. Ta-da! That's it. Just the quickest way that I figured everyone should have what they need at home to do this. And remember, I was telling you guys that we were talking about that there's other tricks. You could take the end of a brand new pencil, put it in your ink pad, and you can do polka dots like that. So I'm elevating it here a little bit, right? So I can totally go in and do the polka dots with the end of a pencil. So you guys could do both with a second color of ink. Let it dry completely and then start gluing your bits down to your cover. Look we're right on our time. So I'm going to flip the camera around, show you what we did here. So then it kind of looks like confetti, right? That's it for your cover, friends. Then let it dry, glue your bits on, punch your holes and add. Flipping the camera around. Woohoo! Look how pretty your album looks. It does, Catherine. I love it. So I will take this and quickly show you. So you're just going to glue everything, adhere on the cover, just because it gets manhandled a lot, right? Yay! Flipping. Ah, there's Rich. Flipping around. We did it. We did it. That was a rush at the end, so thank you for that. But like I said, 3 hours is tight. I said to Catherine, yes, we'll be able to do this, no problem. Eek. Here we go. And we did. I feel like you're at a good place. So even at the end, if you're like, that's too fast, I stopped working for a while, no problem. You can come back and add at any time. So now, Catherine, tell me, do I go over to Facebook and I go live on the Facebook channel? And then anybody can ask questions and I can explain a few things at the end. But I love it. That was awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. And thank you, Catherine, for putting this awesome event on and letting me be a part of it. She always lets me come and play. I love that she lets me come to her play dates. So I love you guys. Seriously, make sure if you haven't already that you're following me here on YouTube at Vicki Boutin. Just go and subscribe. If you haven't already, come and join Vicki Boutin Artist on Facebook and on our group page that we have a lot of fun. Great community there, and that's Vicki Boutin Mixed Media Group. And don't worry, just because it says mixed media, you don't have to do the mixed media, although I will convince you. to try it. But love you guys. I'll read all the comments later. Actually, you won't. You won't be able to see these comments, I don't think, live. Maybe. I don't know. But at the end, if you have any questions, just post them when this isn't live anymore. Just post them in the regular YouTube comments, and I will keep coming back and checking and making sure I answer any questions you have. So come and join me now on the Facebook page and we can chat. So thank you so much. See you guys later. Oh, got to find the end. How do I do that? See you later. Yay!